Nobody in this game is real, just in case you fucking get addicted to your waifu fantasies. It has to warn you of that. Welcome to Kara no Shoujo, a detective, a mystery game that I've been wanting to play for a very long fucking time, actually. There's no music, there it is. It's a game I've been wanting to play for a very long time. About a year or two ago, I played this game on my own, off stream. I played like a little bit. I got to like one bad ending pretty early on, and I was like, holy shit, this game is fucking awesome. I love this game. I need to stream this. The problem is, the bad end that I got involved a woman, slight spoilers, sucking your dick. So I was like, oh, I can't stream that or play that and go to heaven. So I'll wait until Manga Gamer releases it on Steam, and they'll probably censor it. 2 years later, they finally release it on Steam, and they do the fucking ballsy play of not censoring it at all. It's not censored even a little bit. So, I finally buckled down and I said to myself, Michael, if you want something done right, you gotta do it yourself. So what did I do? I censored the game. Me. I found out how to mod this game. I fucking spent all day today learning how to run fucking Kiri Kiri, the visual novel program that all the Japanese developers use. Fucking censored the entire game. All of it is now clean because of my work. If you want it, I might be able to hook you up too. I'll have a clean patch ready, and you can fucking get it from my Discord. But for now, this game is completely clean, completely streamable, so we can experience this great mystery story without having to sit through the fucking porn that nobody likes. Why would you want that? Would that not spoil you? I saw a couple of dead girls, but I think those were bad endings, so I don't think it spoiled anything. Also, I didn't recognize them, so I don't know who they were. And most of the other scenes were just fucking tits and vaginas and shit that I saw in, like, thumbnails. So, like, this doesn't really spoil anything. Okay, slight spoiler. You fuck some of the women in the game. In at least some of the endings, you fuck them. That's the only spoiler that I know about. So yeah, I guess slight spoiler. But honestly, not that bad. I have no idea what fucking happens based off the fucking the porn scenes that I had to censor. So no, shouldn't be any concern there. Oh no, he saw porn in the thumbnails. It was, to be honest, it wasn't very good. It really didn't do anything for me anyway. Like, I was a little afraid of that. Like, hey, I'm a man who has moved past pornography. I don't really want to be tempting myself like that. But it's honestly not very good either. Like, it wasn't really that hard to censor it and not like, I mean, like, just to be clear, I haven't jacked off in an insane amount of time and didn't even give me a semi. I don't want to go into, like, details here, but, like, the thumbnails, at least, did nothing for me. So, let's go into the game. Welcome to Kara no Shoujo, a game, like I said, it's a detective VN. It's actually got some sort of gameplay. Your choices matter. It's, from what little I played, it's kind of similar to, like, Ace Attorney, right? Or like where there's actually some thinking you have to do. In fact, I think it's, from what I played, it's better than Ace Attorney because you actually have to solve this fucking case. And if you don't solve the case, like, you have to think and actually detective this shit out and figure out who did it. And if you don't find the clues, if you don't put two and two together, then you just get a fucking bad ending where your waifu dies or some I don't know. That's the ending. I did get somebody died in the bad end I got when I originally played this game. Somebody died. I won't tell you. You know what I mean? I'll keep that a fucking secret. But it's a murder mystery. Of course somebody died. That's not a fucking spoiler. That's the premise. But yes, I'm very excited about this game. I'm very excited to finally be able to play it on Twitch. I double, triple, fucking quadruple checked it to make sure that there's no porn anymore. I even put in a little test, so certain part way through the game, I'll see the test image, and if it's there, then I know it worked. But other than that, dude, I hope you're fucking ready. I hope you're ready. I hope your brain is on. I hope your thinking cap is on. The thinking cap is the fucking fedora, by the way. That's the one, that's your state-issued thinking cap so that I can make fun of you. The state is very, very fucking mean. You can't get hard if you don't eat food. Not true, let me tell you that. Not true. Uh-oh, thinking. Yeoman's weak spot. It'll be fine. It'll just, don't worry about it. But, let's go. Do I need to config anything, actually? I don't know if I didn't mess with this. Full screen, effects, transitions. Open notebook with the mouse. Oh, right-click open notebook or close message window. Open notebook. We're gonna need the notebook. Yo, we got voices in this game. You can turn off the male voices. What a fucking classic porn setting. I don't want to hear no fucking dude voices while I'm beating myself. You know, metaphorically. Yeah, this isn't porn anymore, so I don't need to worry about that one. Okay, let's start. As I said before, this game's gonna have a lot of reading, but it's also a very dark, very atmospheric, very high IQ game. The Phantom Castle. Oh. After being awakened by his phone just before dawn and picked up by his Toyo Pet patrol car. Toyo Pet? Is that Toyota? Fake Toyota? Kyozo Ozumi finally arrives at Fuchu's Tama Cemetery. The cemetery is shrouded in deep fog. There will be visuals, by the way. It is just this extremely... Like I said, I've played a tiny bit of this game, and I also had to test it to make sure there was no porn, so I skipped through a little bit at the beginning. So this is not just nothing but text, to be clear. The cemetery there will be gameplay. The cemetery is shrouded in deep fog. Dead branches snap underfoot as he makes his way inward. Kokoka. I know what that means! This is it. A group of officers are assembled there. Thanks for coming out here. Sure. What's the situation? He addresses the officer who saluted him. Sir! Late last night, a local resident noticed a fire in the area. He came to investigate. And found this. Alright, where's the corpse? Too many of these disturbing cases have cropped up lately. It's too much for him to handle on his own. And he still hasn't found any leads on the dismemberment case from the other day. Should I bring him in on this? A certain detective comes to mind. Me! I come to mind, the detective genius. A certain detective comes to mind, one who's always sticking his nose into cases like this. Tokasaka Reiji. This case is right up his alley. Probably rape or something, right? Right up his alley, you get what I'm saying? That's not what I meant, but... How do people solve a mystery if they're thinking about porn? They don't, that's why this is better. The Egg of Nianus, Part 2. Katsuragi Shin. I guess Part 1's not important. That'll be the prequel, the prequel game that comes out later. Every picture that comes up, I'm gonna be fucking scanning with my eyes. Like, there's no tits, right? I censor all the tits, right? There's nothing here. In exchange for a small black egg, she received a torso, right arm, right leg, and left leg. However, she still lacked a head. She surveyed her surroundings, but could not glimpse anyone else. Ah, this won't do. What am I to do? I can't complete mother with this, she fret. Oh. Is this berserk? It's spooky shit, alright? There is spooky shit here, so, just get ready. It's a reverse chicken analogy. No matter whose head she obtained. What do you mean reverse? Because the chicken came first or the egg came first? Which one do you know which one it was? Dismembered? Yeah, this is a porn game. Yes. But also no. Also, no. No matter whose head she obtained, it would not have her mother's face. Oh, mother, where could your face be? She asked this of a large black egg. However, it did not answer. Oh, mother, my mother inside of here, could your face be within this shell? And with that thought in mind, she could no longer wait. She put the large black egg on the ground and raised a large black stone aloft with both her hands. Halt! Thou must not break the shell! The words of her mother inside the egg did not reach the girl's ears. She swung the black rock downward. Crash. A clear sound rung out. Cracks appeared on the large black egg, shattering bits of shell. The shell that's fucking... Oh, I thought that was blood. No, never mind. The chicken, we've been over this. Yeah, I know. People don't know that the chicken actually came first because there's an enzyme in the egg that cannot exist unless it came from the chicken directly. So the chicken must have come first. Then, of course, you ask, how did the chicken come first? And my answer is, of course, God. Mother, where are you? Whilst chipping away at the cracked shell, the girl peered inside. There was nothing within but a thick red fluid. Oh, blood. Oh, actually. Where is my mother? She thrust her hands into the red fluid and stirred it around, but her fingers did not grasp her mother's head. The red fluid inside the large black egg leaked out through the cracks in the shell. In an instant, the ground was stained red. Ah, mother is spilling out. In a panic, the girl got this fucking weird. This is fucking Kool-Aid? She's drinking the Kool-Aid, yes. Fish lay eggs. Those eggs don't have chicken enzyme. Ah, so you're saying a fish laid a chicken egg which hatched into a chicken. I see. That's quite a hypothesis you have there. Save the yolk. It's the nutrition leaking. In a panic, the girl got down on her hands and knees. You ever just crack an egg and it slips out onto the floor and you gotta fucking lick it up on all fours? Yeah, dude, sometimes. In a panic, the girl got down on her hands and knees, but most of the red fluid had already been absorbed by the earth beneath her. No, mother! With large teardrops spilling down her face, she cried out for her mother, but her mother would not come back. The girl cried until all the tears left in her body had been cried out. In time, she stood up. She had no more tears left to cry. Now she eats it. Yes, I have done that. All that was left was the headless body of her mother and the shell of a broken black egg. I've got to look for my mother. After murmuring that, this girl's retarded. After murmuring that, she dug in the ground that had been stained red by what was formerly her mother, then buried both the large black eggshell and her headless mother's body. This is AI dungeon tier writing. That's a compliment. That's a high class, high tier compliment. Her work done, the girl set out once more to find her mother. I know what you mean though, because it's like when you're like, what the fuck weren't we, like, getting a detective to help solve our case? What the fuck does this have to do with anything? Don't worry, we'll find out. I don't know, maybe. I don't remember anything else about this game, to be honest. Except this one woman with some fat fucking tits, like ridiculous, like not in an attractive way. The 2-cent copper coin, by the way. Just in a way that concerns me. 1956, March 3rd. Didn't have time to read the rest of it. Basically, the thing you need to know from that is that this game takes place in post-World War II Japan during, like, American occupation, in quotes, occupation time. Very nice setting. They fucking never do that. I like that. Right now, I, Tokisaka Reiji, am at my office in Shinjuku. Turn this down a tiny bit. I'm writing up a case summary while smoking and taking the occasional swig of Suntory. That's a real brand, but they spell it with an I. Whiskey. It was a simple case. A wealthy man was killed and his son was arrested. However, the guy insisted he was innocent. In order to prove it, I had to show that his old man had offed himself. That's all there was to it. Does this have a supernatural element? I think so. I think so. From the fucking egg thing we just saw, I think so. Is restoring Imperial Japan an ending? I don't know, dude. And would that be a good ending or a bad ending? You tell me. You tell me. After filling in the name of my client, the deceased man's son, I'm done with the paperwork. Whew! I relax, leaning back in my chair. Stubbing my cigarette out in the ashtray, I pull a fresh one from my case and light it, just smoking another ciggy. The smoke drifts towards the ceiling to be dispersed by the fan. Well, it's one more job out of the way. I got a nice little fee for this from my client. Are we a private detective? I like that, dude. What is that? Papyrus? Uninstall this shit. What do you mean? It's classic VN font. Restoring the shogunate is the good ending. Dude, his office is a fucking mess. Don't worry. We can probably we can choose our waifu and we'll choose the one who's fucking clean. And she'll just clean my shit for me. Is he eating a stick of butter, by the way? Based. Me too. That's what I'm gonna have after the stream. Just kidding. I don't eat. Don't have to worry about food for a while. Come to think of it, feels like I've been working constantly since New Year's. Do they have New Year's in Japan? It's a Twinkie. Not based. A murder over an inheritance. A murder over a factory eviction. A murder over a dispute in the red light district. This world is just full of murders, isn't it? I exhale a lungful of smoke along with the words. It seems we live in a pretty dangerous times. Well, I guess it's thanks to the fact that someone like me can make a It's thanks to that fact that someone like me can make a living. Butter Twinkie. That sounds pretty good. After all, a detective's work thrives on the misfortune of others. I'm like a fucking parasite on the Japanese community. Just like real life. I suppose it couldn't hurt to take a break for a while. Fortunately, I don't have any cases at the moment. Going home and getting some rest sounds good. If that's the plan, then there's no reason for me to stay here overnight. I quickly pack up my belongings and go outside. Dalton said you eat too little, you're gonna die. You need to eat that butter. I was considering eating something after the stream. I'm not hungry right now, but I'll consider it, you know. The Tokisaka Detective Agency is located near Shinjuku Station in a narrow alleyway behind the Isetan department store. The Shinjuku Blue Line district is nearby, so I can't exactly call it a nice area. I live in the shitty part of Japan. The only part with crime. Eat the butter or get the bad end. Well, if you say it like that, I don't want to kill my waifu. Can you date the murderer or the crazy egg lady in this game? You're asking questions to which I don't know the answer. Other than like that little bit of stuff and the one time I played it a year ago and got to one bad ending, I know nothing else about the game. And I don't remember most of the one time I played it either. I stick a brown piece of paper to the door bearing the words, "During my absence, I can be contacted here." You ever think about how language gets shorter and shorter and less formal over time? In real life, like nowadays, the sign would just say, "Closed. Phone number." You know what I mean? Not fucking, "During my absence, I can be you know what I'm saying? I was thinking about that the other day with the phrase, I think I was talking about it on stream actually with Dalton. But what was it? Nam saying. The entire sentence, "Do you understand what I am saying?" has been now shortened in English to the 2-syllable "Nam saying." And it's like you understand exactly what I'm saying. Maybe 3 syllables, saying, you know what I mean? But this way there shouldn't be any problems if a client comes by while I'm out. Then again, whether any clients will come all the way to the outskirts of Suginami Ward after seeing the sign is another matter entirely. Burglars probably won't target an empty office. Why wouldn't they? But they're trying to steal people? Wouldn't they specifically target empty offices if they... I thought you were speaking a different language. No, I'm just speaking English, know what I'm saying? There's no reason for me to go track them. Oh, even if someone does break in, there's no reason for me to track them down, I think. Looks like I've still got plenty of time. I've never heard anyone say, "Nah, I'm saying." Well, I don't know what to tell you, dude. You don't speak American. I don't know what you're saying. I can't shorten that very well, actually. I mutter while glancing at my pocket watch. Normally, I take the Seibu line to Kameshaku-ji. This is something that you need to know about Japanese people. They find this so interesting. They find the fucking, "Oh, he lives by the Seibu line. Ooh, trains." Fucking, this means nothing to me. But today I'm gonna make a little detour. I head away from Kinokuni. Oh, fuck, I know where that... Now I'm doing it. I know where that is. That's kind of cool. Toward the Japan Natural Railway Shinjuku Station. Fine, I'm a fucking hypocrite, okay? Although it's gotten considerably warmer, the people on the street are all wearing coats. I weave my way through the crowd to the ticket counter. After buying a ticket for the Chuo line to Kichijoji... I know that too from fucking Shin Megami Tensei. I pass through the gate and board the stairs. Is this intro better than Life is Stairs? I don't know, dude. Life is Stairs versus My Mom's an Egg. I don't know, dude. Apples and oranges, you know what I mean? Stairs and eggs. By the time I arrive at Kichijoji, it's already past 11. Leaving the station via the north exit, I cut through the shopping district, which still retains traces of its black market roots. Before me lies my destination. A simple cafe. Moon World. That is what that says. Suki Sekai. Or Suki... I think you'd pronounce it Suki Sekai. But it's fucking the worst font I've seen in my life. It's only because he said Moon World. Otherwise, I would never be able to read that. Their coffee and pastries are delicious. Their music is off. There are a lot of cafes near my office in Shinjuku, but I frequently make the trek to this place. One of the reasons being that it's run by an old friend of mine. Oh, sumimasen. So, moon runes. Yeah, literally moon runes. Sorry, we're closed for the night. Kyoko, it's me. Oh. Tokisaka-kun da. I find the Japanese language just fucking hilarious. I need to warn you in case you have not been with me on a journey like this before. I will not stop laughing at that. Okay, just so you know. Seeing my face, aura, milk, milf, first waifu located. We'll see, dude. The important choices will come. Ha, come. Seeing my face, Hazuki Kyoko stops wiping the counter. Can I get a cup of coffee? Making one now will take a bit of time. Is that alright with you? Ikasho. Kyoko gestures towards the empty pot with a hand. If it's gonna be a while, then a hot water shochu will be fine. Really? Well, then I suppose I'll have one too. Spoken Japanese randomly speeds up and slows down in monotone. Are you just making fun of the Japanese? Yeah, it's great. I just see Yeoman as the old guy, whose that sentence doesn't make any sense, but I assume you're talking about the old man in my profile picture. You assume that I am that guy playing this. Got it. When did you get to bang her? Probably not too long, honestly. I don't know. I don't think the one time I played this game I banged her. And the one time I played this game, like I said, I didn't get very far. Kyoko turns and takes a bottle of shochu off the shelf. Is it alright for you to be drinking? Well, we're already closed. Kyoko, no, he was calling you fat, because, you know, thought you were pregnant. Fatty, fucking fatty. Kyoko adds shochu to a pair of tumblers filled with hot water. The liquids mix inside the glasses. There you go. Kyoko comes out from behind the counter and takes a glass. She starts to sit on a stool, but instead picks up an apron that was hanging off of it. Oh. Otta. She actually said Otta. I didn't know they actually said that. Fucking, dude, visual novels are whack. She actually said aura. She said the MILF word. That's just like telling people, I'm a MILF. I said, she must have left this out. Like, if you, like, normally, if you're saying you would say, like, eto, or, like, ano, you know what I mean? But if you're a MILF, you say, ara. I ask, reacting to the resigned tone underlying her words. I hired her recently. I told you about her before, right? Now that she mentions it, I don't remember whether she's told me or not. She lives here, too. She's in her room. Would you like me to go get her? Ara is milk or big sister. What a choice, dude. What a choice. Nah, it's fine. It's pretty late anyway. I tilt the glass and the mild shochu slides down my throat. Really? With that, she brings her own glass to her mouth. Woo! Woo! That's good. Well, it's certainly not your run-of-the-mill kasutori. Of course not. It's a proper barley shochu. Again, the details here. Do I need to... The thing is, this game is fucking very intense when it comes to clues and shit. I almost feel like I need to write down, like, in Kyoko's bar, they don't drink fucking kasutori. No fucking way. They drink fucking barley shochu. Because I'm gonna find fucking barley traces on the corpse or something. I know. Why is it half untranslated? What do you mean? Oh, that's just how translators do things. Write it down! I'll start writing down later. Can I get my notebook? Wait, I can't use my notebook yet. Seeing Kyoko puff out her cheeks in indignation, I try to soothe her. We don't really serve alcohol here, but I've got a nice selection all the same. We don't really serve alcohol here, she says, standing in front of a fucking line of alcohol in a bar? What do you mean you don't? It's a coffee bar? Or like what, a cafe, I guess? That's a lot of fucking alcohol for, we don't really serve alcohol here. I've noticed. Hey, are you drunk already? You're kidding. I wouldn't get drunk off of this much. He draws his katana. Plebes. Why was katana not translated to sword? Kyoko glances. Why was Kyoko not translated to Kim? Kyoko glances down at her glass as she speaks. There are times when I do want to get drunk, though. That's a sin, though, so she doesn't. She's a good Catholic woman, as most Japanese people. You know what? You want to know what Japanese bar yeoman looks like? I want to know what English sounds like. I'm sorry, I didn't want to make fun of you that much. That was a little too far. She sighs. She's acting pretty slutty. She clearly wants it. Are you really? Are you? Yeah. I nod in agreement. There are times when nothing else will do. Times when I just want to get drunk and forget about everything. A lot of things have happened to us in the past. Well, I'm busy right now, so I can't go that far. There are times when I want someone to bend me over this bar and give it to me, like right now. That sounds like a personal problem, dude. That sounds like, Kyoko suddenly acts cheerful, as if trying to shake off the memories. That's for the best, really. I didn't come here for a heart-to-heart. How's work? She said it! Shigoto! See, I know my fucking... I told you guys. I've been trying to teach you Japanese and you won't fucking listen to me. The easiest word in the Japanese language, work. Shigoto. Because shigoto work. Finally, it has been cemented in everyone's minds. And now I can finally say, don't tell me I never taught you anything. I taught you something. Everything going well? Yeah, I solved the case, so it looks like I'll have a little more free time. Who let a woman run a business in the years 45 to 48? Well, this is 56. But wait, has she had it that long? I don't know, that sounds nonsensical. Probably the fucking Americans. That's good to hear. If you work too hard, your body will give out, and then it's all over. You don't have to worry, that won't happen to me. I'm immortal, I fast. I'd like to believe that. I fast. Kyoko's expression turns worried. I guess there's nothing I can do about that. Her husband passed away a while ago. Ooh. Available. You should really get some rest during your break. Yeah, I know. I drain the remaining shochu from the bottom of the glass, then stand up. I'm going home and sleeping. What do I owe you? I pull out my wallet as I ask. Today's drink is on the house. I had one too, after all. That's not how fucking goods and services work. I cut your hair, I cut my own hair, the haircut's free. Don't worry, I just got paid so I can afford it. Maybe I just felt like treating you. Is that so? Oh. Well then, I appreciate your generosity. Thanks. I'll come again. Good night. Oyasumi. Oyasumi, fucking lesson number 2. She said it, I was fucking right. Oyasumi. I know that from Oyasumi Poon Poon. Great manga, by the way. Read it. Oyasumi Poon Poon. Very good. Ara, yeoman es mucho baka. Please do not combine 3 languages here. We're speaking Spanglishanese. Spanglinese. Yeah, Spanglinese. It shows that you're a cultured person when you can speak 3 languages at once. Kyoko sees me to the door. Looks like the trains aren't running anymore. Well, for me. When the fucking emperor was in charge, the trains ran. I bet you can bet on, I don't know what I'm trying to say here. Well, from here, walking home isn't too bad. Fortified by the warmth of the shochu, I force myself to walk into the chill of the street. Ching Ching Hanji. Is that Chinese? I don't know Chinese. It doesn't look like Chinese. Maybe simplified Chinese. I really, really love her. I love every single part of her. Her legs. Okay, alright, dude. If you're making like a love poem or like you're writing in your diary and the first thing you mention about the girl that you love is her legs, like not her smile, her personality, her caring fucking demeanor, I don't know, just her legs, dude. Her legs, her hips, her fingers, her neck, her eyes, her hair. Her fingers. Look at those fucking fingers. She is perfection. The likes of me could never hope to reach her, no matter how hard I try. Her general physical features, yeah. Even so, she's descended to stand here with me at this moment. There can be no doubt she's here, right beside me. Simp. Kimochi ne. The wind feels great. Sorry, I'm gonna try and stop myself from making fun of their voices. I'm sorry, I'll try. Her voice is clear. I steal a glance at her profile. She's leaning on the fence surrounding the pond. Her long, glossy black hair flutters and dances in the wind. Her expression is almost like a doll's, and yet she has the beautiful face of a goddess, overwhelming with the essence of life. He sounds like a rapist preparing. Oh, I'm sorry. I misread what you said. You said rapiest. Yes, I agree a lot more. The thirstiest man in history. He's thirsty for her fingers. Countless times I've been driven to the verge of stealing a kiss from that face. Oh, yeah, he is like a softcore rapist. From those lips, I could never bring myself to do it. For one thing, I'm not a lesbian. What a twist! And neither is she. My greatest fear is incurring her displeasure. Of all people, I never want to be hated by her. I wouldn't care if every other person on Earth hated me. The truth is, you can tell by the weird shading that we're not the detective character right now. So just to be clear, those are not the same people. We've switched characters again into another view. Maybe this is the mom egg girl. The truth is, I know I'm despised around the academy. I'm a person of no particular note. I'm surrounded by a bunch of girls from good families who wouldn't bat an eye if they were addressed as mistress. The daughter of an impoverished pigment maker would never find herself in a position to speak on equivalent terms. Why am I in this place? I wonder that every day. You can tell this was written by a dude. Well, I mean, you can tell that because it's good. But that changed after I met her. The reason I was there was so that I could meet her. Is something wrong? Whoa, that was some weird... She's got a weird accent. Is she fucking like... Her question interrupts my train of thought. Her accent is unmistakably a girl's, yet she speaks in the manner of a man. I told you she had a weird accent, dude. Am I a fucking genius or what? The incongruity of it makes her seem all the more feminine. No, nothing at all. This is very much a lesbian. Nice cock, bro. Excuse me? I couldn't say that I was thinking about her. I really do want to, but I'm afraid of telling her will cause our relationship to crumble. Take a look. The moon's beautiful. That's the moon. She points to the sky where a waning moon peers through a gap in the clouds. The moon reflected on the lake's surface. The way it sways from side to side is almost magical, don't you think? Yeah, yeah, it really is. You can differentiate Japanese accent? I don't know, a little bit, I guess enough to have noticed it right there. Just the way she said it was very strange. It sounded really strange to me. I couldn't have said why, like the game did, but yeah, it sounded weird, I don't know. I nod in agreement. To my eyes, her form is also part of the scene. The moon, the lake, and her. It is a tableau. Fucking French too, dude. Tableau? No, yeah, like blue cheese. No, but it's got a U with tableau. No artist could possibly recreate. And you are, as well. She holds my face in her hands. Oh no, she is gay. Oh no. It's just a light touch from her, but my heartbeat quickens. Yes, indeed. Such beautiful eyes. Her face is right before my eyes. I can feel her breath on my lips. Your hair's gotten longer, too. It was a lot shorter when we first met. She twines my hair around her finger. I want to be like you. Did you know? I started growing out my hair because I wanted to be like you. It was because I wanted to be closer to you. It was because I wanted to take an interest in you, to take an interest in me, even if it was just a little bit. But my hair gets tangled, and it's so hard to maintain. Yeah, dude, people don't talk about that. It really is fucking annoying. You gotta comb your hair and shit. Well, that's no good. Next time I'll give you some of my shampoo to try. I can sense she's going to randomly kill her. Ah, perfect. We already know the killer. Perfect. Mystery solved. I'm happy you paid attention. I'll just write that down. Later. Really? I stare at her face in disbelief. There's no reason for me to lie, right? She laughs. Wait. Is this the egg girl woman? She looks similar to the egg girl. She laughs, the corner of her eyes crinkling. When she does that, she looks like a mischievous little kitten. You know how kittens fucking laugh at you? How kittens make creepy fucking smiles and laugh at you? I want to hold her close. I want to hold her close to me and feel everything about her. I want to know more about her. guess it's about time we headed home. Erotic lesbian cannibalism. She is moon alien. I don't know, maybe, dude. This game's fucking whack so far. Sighing, she offers those parting words. My time of bliss ends here. Can we be together just a little while longer? Could you say it in a less simp way? This is the first fucking lesbian simp I think I've ever seen, by the way. I don't want to say farewell. I don't want to leave her. I want to enjoy our time together like this forever. Looks like I have no choice. Shikatanai. I mean, that means, that's a very common Japanese saying that literally is like the epitome of all. It's the reason that the Japanese are just like doomers. It just means it can't be helped. It's the same as like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? It can't be helped. It's the fucking doomer mentality of Japan. It's the reason why they've been in a fucking economic depression for 30 years. Shikatanai. It can't be helped. I'll walk you home, my mistress. With those playful words, she takes my hand, bringing my fingertips lightly to her lips. I definitely didn't expect Yuri from this, to be clear here, with that tiny gesture, or Yuri undertones. I'm struck down, dumb with helplessness, unable to even look at her in the eye. Should just kidnap her and lesbian rape her, that would help. Help what? Undertones, I don't know about that. I don't know. March 4th, moon age 21.2. What the fuck is a moon age? Don't say it! Awakening from my slumber, I sit up in the futon and stretch. After I got home last night, I crawled into bed and fell asleep. I don't know whether my exhaustion is due to the stress of my daily life or simply walking home after drinking. Either way, it was a pleasant awakening. A glance at the pocket watch on my desk tells me it's not yet 8. Given that I have nothing to do... real neat feel here. Real neat moods. I'm perfectly happy to laze around like this, but then I happen to notice a delicious smell wafting in from the kitchen. Wait, who would be cooking? I thought this was like a fucking 30-year-old washed-up detective. Who the fuck's cooking dinner with? Is this like the one washed-up detective in all of detective media that's fucking married? Does he live at his mom's house? Please tell me he lives at his mom's house. I suddenly realize that my stomach is empty. I wonder if breakfast's ready. As I kneel, raising my hand to slide open the screen. Oh, maybe he's married and she fucking dies right away. That actually would kind of make sense for the... As I kneel, raising my hand to slide open the screen to the living room, it opens on its own. Good he lives with his sister. Oh. It's okay. That's the worst. I didn't even think of that possibility. Okay. Great. Ah, yeah, good morning, Yukari. My little sister Yukari gazes down at me. My little Emoto can't possibly be this cute. My Emoto can't possibly be making breakfast for me. Will you be having dinner? Breakfast? Why did I say dinner? I'm pretty hungry. 2 choices now, I guess. No! I almost choked on that no. My body didn't want me to say no because the flesh is weak. I answer honestly. I see. But before you eat, please get dressed properly. You went to sleep like that after you came home last night, didn't you? Yo, the traditional dress and shit, this nice-ass house, early electricity because Japan didn't figure it out for a while. It looks great. Yeoman forgot what meals are. I haven't eaten breakfast in years. 2 choices, be gay or go full incest. Looks like a trap. What do you mean? What? Why do they use Nissan instead of older brother? Because... I don't know. Translation teams just make weird choices like that. They thought it sounded better. Saying older brother in English sounds really weird, so I guess that's probably why. Hearing her tone, I take stock of my outfit. Slacks and a dress shirt. I even have my shoes on. Hey, at least I took my tie off. Everything's full of wrinkles. I'm gonna do laundry, so please take those off. Now? Why do they say dress shirt instead of waishatsu? I don't know, dude. Yukari reaches to unbutton my shirt. Is waishatsu actually the word for dress shirt? I didn't know that one. Thank you. I'm learning. It's fine, I can do it on my own. There are few things as embarrassing as having your little sister undress you. Do you know that from experience? Do you know that from experience? What do you mean there are your clothes are over there? Is this like a traditional Japanese thing? Yukari indicates the corner of the room where she's carefully folded and placed my kimono. Yo, dude. Is Yeoman wearing a shirt? Yes, but I'm not wearing pants, though. That's my normal getup. Leave the things you're wearing in the basket in the changing room. Time to get naked, big bro. Big bro is definitely the best way to translate it. With that, she leaves. Are you wearing underwear at least? Yes, yeah, I'm wearing boxers. They're the boxers that my dick slips out of, though, because they're really badly made. I bought them from Walmart. Buy some fucking, like, Hanes Walmart boxers, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Good grief! Fucking Charlie Brown reference? Does she have... Or a Jojo reference. Yare yare daze. Does she have no sense of modesty? She worries too much about me. Heaving a sigh, I start to change. Never change. By the time I enter the living room, now dressed in Japanese-style clothes, breakfast has already been laid out on the table. Steam rises from the sliced salmon and rice. Ooh. To be fair, I hate that too sometimes in translations. Sometimes I don't know if a character's related unless they say Nissan, but then the dub replaces it with a name and it takes like 20 minutes to mention they're related. That's true, because in the Japanese you would know it immediately from how they refer to it. So I guess, yeah. I got 7K views on YouTube ranting about boxers 3 years ago. Nice, dude. We got a fucking celebrity in here. All Walmart boxers have a dick slip. But they have a particularly big fucking dick slip, and they're particularly slippery. So, like, it's still quite chilly, isn't it? I sit in a chair, huddled against the cold. Really? The Yukari cocks her head at me as she brings out the miso soup. Miso soup for breakfast? That sounds good. I think it's quite warm this morning. Guess it's because I went to sleep in that outfit. What? You changed the weather by going to sleep in that outfit? Yukari. Just want to make sure. I thought you said Yukari cooks, and I was like, okay, that makes sense, but it looks a lot like you wrote cocks, and you did. That may be the case. Shall I get out the cold medicine? Nah, it's not that bad. Itadakimasu. Which translates, of course, sorry, I was just taking a drink. Translates, of course, to rub-a-dub-dub, thanks for the grub. I take up my rice bowl to avoid worrying Yukari, who's giving me a distinctively maternal look. Gross. Mommy, fucking little sister mommy GF? I really don't feel like I have a cold, and the chill is nothing serious. As I break the salmon up with my chopsticks, I turn the pages of the newspaper with my left hand. How long do you think it'll take before we get to the murder? Place your bets, because we're gonna do all of it. Nissan, we're in the middle of a meal. I'm almost finished. Huh? A small article at the edge catches my eye. An article regarding a murder. It seems that okay. You were wrong. Whatever you said, however much time you thought it was gonna take, you're wrong. It seems that a female corpse was discovered in Tama Cemetery. Why did it say chopsticks instead of fork? What are fucking chopsticks? I don't understand. The report says they're working overtime to identify her, but still haven't confirmed anything. Disturbing, as usual. Just a few days ago, another corpse was found in Inokashira Park. Yukari frowns, muttering. And some girls have disappeared from the academy. You be careful, too. Can my sister die if I don't solve the murder? Oh, fuck. Yeah, these really are dangerous times. While I'm home, at least, it might be better if I saw Yukari off to school and greeted her when she came back. Her school, Oba Girls Academy, is right next to the town of Hoya, a straight shot across from Musashino City, from our homeland in Suganami Ward. It's not an unwalkable distance, but American military officers have their residences along the way, so you can't exactly call it safe. That's us fucking Americans, bro! Dangerous. I told you, it's during the American occupation. Sick, dude. By the way, Nissan, are you taking some time off from work? Yeah, unless something comes up, I'll be at home, resting for the time being. I put up that notice at my place, so people who have business with me should come over here. If that's the case, then it looks like I won't have to go clean your office. Yeah, that's right. Americans cause crimes. In Japan? Probably, right? Like, probably. Crimes cause America. Yo, that's actually true. You think becoming independent was allowed? No. An image of the office pops into my head. I'm certain it's still clean. It's not. It's so not. If you're gonna be at home, then how about doing some housework? On second thought, never mind. Yukari stopped speaking halfway through for a reason. It's not that she subscribes to the old adage that chores are for women. She simply places no faith in me. She's not a sexist, she just thinks I'm retarded. If I could do housework, I'd clean my office in Shinjuku. Not that it's anything to brag about. Really, it's a godsend that Yukari is so responsible. Thanks for the meal. I'm glad you enjoyed it. American's middle name is killing foreign people because it's epic. Yes, that's my middle name. After we both bowed our heads, she stands up. Nissan, big bro, what are you going to do now? I'm gonna hole up in the library. Alright. Sick, dude. Well, I'll call you when lunch is ready. After saying that, dude, I wish I could spend all day at the library. Yukari picks up the dishes and heads to the kitchen. Well then, guess I'll get moving too. Ooh, the Tokisaka were a family of historians, so my parents left behind an extensive library. Ooh. Because of that, I shut myself in here to pore over books ever since I could read. I've amassed quite a bit of esoteric knowledge. Whoa! As a result, but in exchange, my vision has gotten pretty weak. Even now, whenever I have spare time, I find myself in this room. How about some kohi? Big bro, how about some kohi? Thanks. I like how the Japanese word for coffee is just them saying coffee wrong. Crime. Funny way of saying post-victory celebration. Yeah, I know what the Japanese did in China during World War II, so I think any crime we commit can't be that bad. Thanks. Just leave it over there, please. I indicate that Yukari, who's just entered, should leave it on the table. That was implied. You didn't have to write that out. That was implied by what you said the line before. There's some tea cakes as well. Enjoy. She places down the tea cakes. She leaves after setting down a plate filled with Western-style pastries. Now, I pick a random book off the shelves, take a seat, and start turning the pages. Oh, okay. After lunch, I casually puff on a cigarette in the living room. I like how this game so far is just fucking post-war slice of life. With me, my sister, and my big-titty barmaid. Nissan, are you free right now? While cleaning up the silver, it's because they have to establish the good times before we get to the bad times. It's artful, really, it's artful. While cleaning up the silverware, Yukari asked me a question. Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm heading back to the library after this. What a fucking brainiac. What a bookworm. What a dork. What a cool guy. Which means you have free time, right? Her tone leaving no room for argument. She holds out the bag for the coffee beans. A request from my brother, who looks like he has free time. Could you buy some coffee beans for your little sister, who is swamped with housework at the moment? When she says it with that smile, how can I refuse? Are the beans from Moon World fine? Yes, thank you. Moon World selling beans? Yo, this Moon World selling beans. Her smile unchanging, Yukari plants a... Yo, Moon World, that's Japan. Yukari plants a hand on my back and shoves me towards the door. Hey, hold it, let me relax a bit more. But Nissan, if I leave you be, then you'll never feel like going. He actually is like a fucking proto-neat. She's got me pegged, alright. All your thoughts are written on your face, so you're easy to predict. Slice of life interjected with some lesbian demon yolk slurping. Yeah, dude. I blink my eyes and manually breathe while continuing to exist. The writing is quite good. Now have a safe trip, Nissan. Sheesh! See you later. Is that my house? Ooh. Ooh, that's nice. That looks like a fucking... It looks like I live in fucking Florida. This is some, like, nice... I like this very American design. Well, I mean, a little Japanese-y, you know, a little bit. After Yukari shows me the door, I put on my coat and step outside. My serious business music starts playing. The air isn't so cold that I can see my breath, but it's plenty chilly all the same. I turn up my collar, hunch my shoulders, and start walking. Did anyone else think we were on the second floor? Not me. I don't know, not me. Pegged. Dude, come on. It took about 30 minutes from my house, a relaxed pace that brought me to the station at Kichijoji. This is all I'm scared that every single one of these details is gonna be important. Oh, it takes 30 minutes for him to get to Kichijoji from his house. If someone was running there, maybe they could make it in 25. But the murder happened 20 minutes away, so it couldn't have possibly been this character. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm afraid that all of this is gonna be important. A while ago, as soon as I left, in fact, I've sensed a strange presence behind me. I'm being tailed. Whoever they are, they're keeping a safe distance as they follow. Yo, fucking finally, come on. I know they're there. They're hiding in the shadows of walls and in between pedestrians. Since I haven't turned around to confirm it, I don't know what kind of person it is. I guess I'll try to lose them. Moonworld is only a short distance away, but I don't really want my new friend to find out where I'm going. I'll go past the station and head for Inokashira Park. If I make a few circuits around that area, sooner or later I should be able to shake them. Lesbians are following him. Maybe, dude. Casually, so as to avoid suspicion, I push through the crowd of people and slip into the narrow alleys of the old black market. Aren't Japanese trees short like their people? I don't know. These look fairly tall. I don't know. After winding my way through the warren of passages, I emerge at the park. It's Sunday, so the place is packed with families and pairs who look like couples. But what are they actually? What do you mean they look like couples? I can't sense that strange presence anymore. I think I've lost them. Just to be sure, I turn around, but see nothing out of the ordinary. Phew! Oh man. There's nothing to be gained by tailing me. Yo, fucking spooky. I'm being tailed and I haven't even fucking done anything yet. This wasted a lot of time. I'm tired after all the running, so I'll take a rest here. New music again. I go further into the park. There are fewer people here and it's quieter. I've come here now and again to take a load off. I find it easy to collect my thoughts in places like this, where it isn't so crowded. Of course, it's also a great place for a nap. This guy is the laziest piece of shit. Or it would be if not for this March weather. Someone here already? There's someone sitting on my favorite bench, the one with a great view. Her long black hair sways gently. Lesbian? Wait a second. A female student, I presume. She looks like she's wearing a uniform. It's white, with an unusual design, one that I recognize. Ah, it's her sister. Yeah, it's from the Oba schools. I can't fucking read. Girls Academy, the same school Yukari attends. According to their strict regulations, she shouldn't be in a place like this by herself. But she turns around.
Yeah.
It's the fucking lesbian. It's the lesbian, and I think the egg girl. Hi there. Her voice is soft and clear as the ringing of a bell. And you are? I don't think she's mistaken me for somebody. What is this music? This music is pleasant. She's looking me right in the eye. That was one hell of a detour. Thanks to you, my leg. Yo, who fucking said I was being stalked by lesbians? They were actually right. They were. You called it. You actually got it right. Thanks to you, my legs are dead tired. She raised her long, slender legs for me to see. Gross, dude. She wants it. So you were the one stalking me. Well, she's made that quite clear already, but I still don't know why. What's it like? What's what like? Having a penis? The feeling of a detective like you gets from being tailed. Oh, the feeling of a detective, yeah. She's certainly nonchalant about this. I am Five-Head Gigabrain. How did you know I was a detective? I can't say I like hearing this from a girl I've never met. A detective's line of work depends on his not being noticed. If he's found out, then his job becomes all the more difficult. I followed you all the way from your house, Tokisaka-san. She's not a lesbian, she just wants to fuck women platonically. She's probably just a tease, you know what I'm saying? She's certainly heiki about this. Heiki means nonchalant. I know that because it's the words for flat and energy. Flat energy means calm or nonchalant. Thank you for the additional learning, though. We're all doing a lot of learning here today. Very nice. We're fucking reading and we're learning. Oh boy. Well, I guess that would explain why you know my name, but what does this girl want? You calling her flat? She's a fucking Hey Shoujo. Is that a real name? I don't know. I'm just guessing. I have no idea. Well then, how was I at shadowing? Flat energy is something I should say now. Patonko. Oh yeah, duh. Awful, but good enough all the same. And I was so sure I'd shaken her. Look at her coy fucking pose. Look at this shit. She giggles and stands up. That's how I imagine her giggling. Moving as though her body weighs nothing at all, she turns to face me. Kuchiki, dude. Kuchiki toko. Eh? That's my name. Having said that, the girl named Toko turns away. Kuchiki toko. A winter in which the trees decay. What? What? Is that what those... I know the word for winter and trees, and I don't think either of those were in that name, but Kuchiki... No, ki could be tree. Kuchiki toko... fuck, I don't know. In some respects, a transient, ephemeral name. Why have I met this girl who has such a fragile-sounding name? Winter can also be to. Oh, really? Oh. Huh. You don't know when I'll die. The name makes me sound like I'll just crumble away and disappear, doesn't it? You don't know when I'll die. What a fucking weird sentence. No, that's not... I shake my head by reflex, but I can't hide that she's practically read my mind. It's alright. They say a person's name reflects their nature. It's a perfect name for me. I love that part of myself. Does that mean me being named Michael means I'm fucking warlike? Toko's words are like the ringing of a bell. Although her manner of speech... Let me turn this up a little bit. Her manner of speech doesn't befit a girl. Her voice is unmistakably feminine. I hope she's not actually a trap. That would be fucking... By the way, what exactly did you want with me? This is probably choice number 3, by the way. The lesbian. Or trap. The trap makes a lot of sense since she was trying to fuck that girl, actually. Especially since this is like fucking 1956. This has Sixth Sense vibes. I forcibly steer the topic of conversation back on track. If I let her lead things any further astray, well, I don't think I'll like where we end up. Why does anyone go to see a detective? I've got a job for you. Oh, she's my client! I definitely fuck her then. She regards me with eyes full of mischief. Oh, oops, I didn't mean to. Oh wait, notebook? No, still no notebook. If I had to describe her right now, I'd say she reminds me of a cat. That has a dual meaning, by the way. I would like to point out that has a dual meaning. In Japanese, the word neko means cat, which would have been the word that they used here, obviously. It also is a slang term for a bottom, as in a homosexual relationship. So he may have just implied that she is a gay man. Probably not, though. That's a bit of a stretch. Are you listening? Yeah, of course. At any rate, a request from a girl her age probably won't amount to much. I can kill some time with this. I want you to look for something. Isn't it weird that the Japanese call a bottom a cat? Kind of like how like a bear in English is like a gay term. It's kind of right, I guess, just because furries are gay. I want you to look for something. And what would that be? Why does Yeoman know Japanese gay slang? Because I know the word for cat. What do you... Duh. Me, my true self. Hey, wait. I want you to look for my true self. You're like a high schooler, right, dude? Before I can deduce the meaning behind her words, she turns her back to me. Until next time, Tokisaka-san. Big gay vibes here. Hello, everybody. This is Big Gay Vibes. Coming at you with another episode. Like the gust of wind, Toko departs. What the hell just happened? A girl says she wants me to look for her, then disappears. You can't be serious. She wants to play hide and seek. I was gonna say the same thing.
He can look at this woman the same after he saw her spreading her ass cheeks in #general.
#general. You did not see her spreading her ass cheeks. You saw a censored version of her spreading her ass cheeks. Also, was that this girl? That's a bit of a spoiler there, buddy. But, minor spoiler. Apparently, at some point in this game, she spreads her ass cheeks. Okay, dude, cool. And we won't see it. Good. She wasn't asking to play hide and seek, was she? Honestly, I don't understand young women these days. I just don't understand young women these days. Since there's no point in wasting time pondering over the girl's parting words, I decided to get back to Yukari's request. Wah! I'm abruptly greeted with a cute scream. Huh? I looked down at my feet where the voice originated. Yes! The censorship worked! This was my test. This was my test censorship to make sure it all worked. Yes! Whoops! Can't show that in a Christian manga. Ouch! A girl is sitting on the floor. Who are you? This is my fucking work right here. I've never seen her before. She's actually wearing underwear, so this one was unnecessary, but I needed to make sure it worked. And I needed to make sure it was an early scene, you know what I mean? I've never seen her before. That is, welcome. She bows while still seated. She's not seated, she's not bowing. She's showing me her fucking cooch. Coochie key. Judging by the tray and glasses rolling around on the floor, she must have fallen around here. Fallen around here. Are you okay? I apologize. I extend a hand and help her up. It fades perfectly too. You don't even see it in the fade. That's sick. She gathers up the various scattered objects. Is something wrong? You must be the new employee. Now that I think back, I remember Kyoko mentioning her. Yes, my name is Amemiya Hatsune. Dude, yo, it's Hatsune Miku. It's very nice to meet you. Ah, yeah, likewise. She bows so deeply that I find herself bowing in response. Find myself. Here's your seat, sir. Thanks. After being seated at the counter, I finally take a breath. Hatsune Miya. Yeah, exactly, dude. Or is this the girl who spreads her ass cheeks? They look the same. They all have black hair. They all look similar. Oh, fuck! I know how this is gonna go. Duh, dude. This is a fucking murder mystery. The guy who murders people is probably after high school girls with black hair. Duh! So she's probably another person who might be killed. I'm fucking solving this case before it's even opened. It seems like an entirely different place. I've never gotten this kind of service from you before. Oh, from you before. Oh. You're a special case, Tokisaka-kun. I take proper care of the other customers. So 99% of high school girls in Japan. Well, yeah, okay, yeah, that's right, it's true. Kyoko glowers at me from behind the counter. But not 99% of girls in visual novels, you see. Other customers. I crane my neck to survey the surroundings. Nobody around here except Hatsune Miku, who's busy cleaning. Just happens to be empty right now. Alright, I get it. I need to take another drink. Alright, I get it. If it were always like this, then she wouldn't be able to hire a new employee, no matter how much her acquaintances pestered her. Is kohi fine? Yeah, some beans too, please. I'll take coffee and a side of beans. Oh, Yukari-chan sent you to run errands? Kyoko laughs as she brings out the jar of coffee beans. You know, I've got some nice Brazil bourbon beans today. Brazil bourbon beans. Aren't those expensive? I remember hearing something to that effect. But so delicious. Ignoring my words, Kyoko starts weighing out the dark beans. Please make them cheaper for me. Her hand stops. Well then, I'll give you a bit less, and a discount besides. Kyoko is the Zodiac Killer. Maybe. It's not impossible. Thanks, that helps. It's gotta be better than cheap bitter beans. So you're tight with your finances when you're on a break from detective work? No, that's not what I mean. You're a detective? My sentence is interrupted by a yelp from Hatsune Miku behind me. I'm sorry, I can't stop. Hatsune-chan. Aren't you being rude to the customer? Although in Tokisaka-kun's case, I guess it's fine. Kyoko just scolded Hatsune, I think. May I have some beans? I'm sorry. Are detectives really so rare? I direct this to Hatsune, who looks like she's trying her best to disappear. No, that's not it. A detective from Ueno helped me out once. Ueno? Ah, that guy, eh? I know all detectives. It might just be a coincidence, but I happen to know a detective who's based in Ueno. He taught me a lot of things. Gross, dude. A lot of things, eh? I can picture plenty of things, but none of them are... I was joking. What? If it's the guy I'm thinking of, it's entirely possible. Oh. Oh. He taught me how to write. Hatsune seems to blush faintly. I see, so that's what it was. No, I think this guy, he wouldn't be able to do anything like that for free. That's not true at all. He was really kind to me. Hatsune completely missed my joke. Is that the part of him you fell in love with? Fell in love? That's not it at all. Look at those eyes, dude. Those anime eyes. Tokisaka-kun, you shouldn't tease her so much. Seeing that Hatsune started staring at the floor and blushing furiously, Kyoko comes to the rescue. I hadn't really intended to go that far, so this gives me a good opportunity to end the conversation. She's a bit sheltered, you see. Also raped. Not you too, Kyoko-san. Jeez. Oh, she got the fucking puff up. She looks so weird at the side, though. There's something fucking off about this. Hatsune, she's a murderer. Hatsune turns away, puffing out her cheeks in a mock pout. This guy speaks his mind, bro. Yeah. Even so, she's an acquaintance of his, is she? Where'd you meet that guy? He was renting a room at the store I used to work at. Store? Let's see. The store in Ueno where that guy's always stirred up trouble. I'm certain it was Yukishiro in the red light district. Tokisaka-kun. Kyoko's hand clamps down on my arm. I realize I've gone too far. Yeah, you just implied she's a prostitute. That's a little far. Hatsune's shameful expression crumples even further. I see. So she was. Oh. She's a sheltered prostitute. Okay. I was a prostitute. This is not the direction I expected this game to go. I was a prostitute. She lifts her head and looks me straight in the eye. But you see, Tokisaka-kun, she only helped out. She never actually did any what? Sex? If she didn't do any sex, she's not a prostitute. Fucking, what do you can't have it both ways. Back to two choices. Yeah, for sure. Kyoko speaks up for Hatsune, clasping the girl's shoulder. Even with her resolute expression, Hatsune still looks like she might burst into tears at any moment. I lay my hand gently on her head. Fucking head pat. You've been brought up by some fine people. Prostitutes? Fellow prostitutes? What do you mean fine people? What do you mean fine people? You can be a prostitute without having sex. It's called OnlyFans. Eh? I can tell just by looking in your eyes. No matter what job you have, you do it with pride, right? Oh, good, a prideful prostitute. That's exactly what I want. That's something, yeah, she's not an option. That's something you learn from the people around you. Working in the red light district can't be easy, even if you're not offering any services. But if you're not offering any services, you're not really working in the red light district, are you? What the fuck did she do? Fucking, what? She served fucking coffee to the Johns? I can sense the indomitable spirit that kept her going through that. Right, even after those grisly murders. Hey, how should I say this? Mistress there. Ujaku-sama. Her voice is quiet, a quiet whisper. Or 3.5 options. I mean, I guess maybe she's never had sex. I don't know. Right. Ujaku-san. I owe her a lot. Of course, it was for her knowledge on the underworld. I didn't partake of her other wares. Oh, it was for her knowledge of the. Oh, okay. As in, he's never had sex. After what happened 5 years ago, I haven't had any word from her. After when the Yukishiro closed, Ujaku-sama adopted me as a foster daughter. I see. That's why you're an Amemiya. I don't know the mistress's real name, but I can at least guess that from the character for Rain in it from Ujaku. The character for Rain is Ame, though. Amemiya. Okay, whatever. I don't understand. That sentence was fucking nonsense to me. I'm just gonna skip it. Mama-san. Uki. Oh! Yeah, you're right. I remember that from Yu-Gi-Oh! Yo, you got a pretty good fucking Japanese knowledge, by the way. Yes, right now she's my stepmother. Looks like you met a wonderful person. After giving her head a pat... After giving her head a final pat, I suddenly feel intensely awkward and pick up my cup from the counter. The coffee's gone tepid. Yomen, have you not encountered Onyomi and Kunyomi? No, I just didn't remember Uki. Now that you say it, I remember it. Thank you, Tokisaka-kun. Kyoko whispers softly into my ear. Also, the Onyomi and Kunyomi for Rain are both Ami, aren't they? Aren't they? It's one of the ones where they're the same. And don't fucking worry about it. This is boring to anyone except me and you. I didn't do anything. Honestly, I went too far. All I did was showing you guys a detective's nature. But Hatsune's the one who really deserves an apology. I face her. Our eyes meet. I'm going back to cleaning. She's embarrassed by my gaze. At last... Never mind. Hatsune breaks eye contact and turns away, tossing her shoulder-length hair. Oh my, looks like Hatsune-chan's embarrassed. A wry smile on her... Did she say ora again? I didn't catch it. A wry smile on her face, Kyoko tops off my cup with hot coffee. Hot coffee, that means sex. As I return home from Moon World, the sun is already starting to set in the western sky. Brr. It's freezing. That's March weather for you. Near sunset, the temperature suddenly drops. Huddling for warmth, I quickly enter the house. It's been an hour, like an hour and 15 minutes. We have still not gotten to the crime scene. Don't worry, though. I like this game so far, honestly. And just wait until we get gameplay. Just wait, dude. At the door is a pair of ridiculously oversized shoes, so I suspect something is up. There's a fucking clown in my house! Why is there a clown in my house? I didn't know whether anyone would come here after reading the note I left in my office, but it looks like someone actually did. Be that as it may, this is way too soon. Hey, Reiji. Sorry to intrude. Can anyone else see the, adding blocked terms thing? Because it kind of defeats the purpose. Thank you, Matthew, for trying to add that blocked term, but it was already there, so I don't know what you're trying to... The man on my sofa sets down the coffee he's been sipping and turns to greet me. What the hell are you doing here, Uezumi? Uezumi Kyozo is an old friend. Yo, I love that fucking neckbeard. We worked together at the same place in the past. I quit, but this guy still works there. You're the only one who can see it, apparently. I almost panicked. I know, you fucking made me panic, shit! In other words, he's an active duty police officer. Oh, classic setup. Oh, I love the classics. I'm a sucker for the classics, dude. We're the fucking washed up cop who became a private detective, and now we're getting a job from our old friend who's still a cop, still active duty. Absolutely, doesn't get more classic than that. I came to say hello, since you weren't at your office. I'd go all the way through Nishio Gikubo to get here, you bastard. It isn't that much further than Shinjuku. Besides, don't you hang out at Kichijoji around the clock anyway? I take a seat on the sofa, waving off his complaint. Welcome back, Nissan. As Yukari enters from the kitchen, I hand her the bag of coffee. Why'd you let this guy into the house? It's cold. I couldn't very well make him wait outside, could I? Yukari sets a steaming cup of coffee in front of me. Besides, Uezumi's here for business. You should listen to what he has to say. The case means he'll be dead soon. He's not a black-haired girl, though. You've got some good manners, unlike your older brother. Oh, shut up. Well, what have you got? I bring the coffee to my mouth and face him. He's not the sort who'd come all the way over here without some important business. It's gotta be some pain-in-the-ass waste of time, right? Well, at least I'll hear you out, so start talking. It's right up your alley. I'll leave you two alone. I don't know why I said that with a man voice. Sensing the change in the atmosphere, Yukari bows to Uezomi and leaves the living room. A few days ago, senjutsu. I learned that word recently. It means the other day. A dismembered female corpse was discovered in Inokashira Park. Right up my alley, he says. Yeah, you love fucking dismembered women, right? This is all you. It's got you written all over it. I placed a cigarette between my lips and light it. Uezomi follows my lead. And there's one more thing. My hand freezes in the midst of handing him a match. The day before yesterday, another female corpse was discovered in Tama Cemetery in Fuchu. Any connection? I don't hesitate. No, none. The MO is completely different. Uezumi finally lights a cigarette. The corpse at Inokashira Park had everything but the torso, both arms and legs as well as the head. The one at Tama Cemetery was pretty much whole, but the method of disposal was bizarre, to say the least. I was missing the torso, that's fucking weird. How so? Curiosity's got my blood pumping. He's told me of this, fully aware of what makes me tick. Knowing each other for such a long time isn't always a good thing. It was buried in the graveyard. That in itself isn't so unusual, but one of the feet had been lit on fire. The burning cigarette crackles quietly. Why the fuck? Do you suppose it's an allusion to something? I knew you'd take the bait. Uzumi chuckles. Uozumi? Uozumi? Is that how you pronounce that? I don't really know if... Because that's... The U and O is sometimes pronounced differently. I don't know... Well, or at least I think it is. Uoz... I mean, normally you'd pronounce Uozumi, but I assume they just shorten it. As of now, we still don't know anything. Also, that's right, I recall that her left arm was amputated as well. Uzumi. I don't think so, because that would be... Just one? Yeah, it wasn't found in the vicinity. This guy's build reminds me of Detective Gumshoe from Ace Attorney. I said that already. Oh, sorry, dude. I didn't read his. He does. The build, for sure. He looks like a serious, like, cooled guy, Detective Gumshoe. I step out my cigarette and fold my arms. 2 murder cases. It'd be unreasonable to conclude that it's a serial murder at this point. In order to prove that, they'd have to narrow the scope of the investigation, which would be impossible. I want to leave you in charge of the Tama Cemetery case. I'm pretty short-handed here. Hold on, Uzumi, I haven't said whether I'm gonna take it or not. But you are, aren't you? Uzumi interrupts me. You can't possibly refuse after hearing about a murder. That's not true. I deny it, unconvincingly. I have no intention of refusing. Inside my head, I'm already thinking about how to proceed with the investigation. Yeah, dude, I love murder investigations. Yeah, dude. Fucking justice. Fucking detective work. Mystery. We'll start tomorrow. I'm counting on you. Right. Nevertheless, it's been a while since the last ghastly case like this. My interest stems from a case that happened 6 years ago now. That time, I wasn't able to catch the killer in the end. Yo, this is also classic. They keep alluding to like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. There was another case. Wow, you think it's the same killer? Yeah, exactly. That's the most classic shit in the world. He's got a fucking cold case that's eating away at him. Somehow, it's gonna be related to this case. Obviously. This time I'll get him. Oh! For the victim's sake, and for the sake of the people left behind. Yeah, dude, yeah. Once I've chased Izumi out, I have dinner with Yukari, then retire to my room. I have a cigarette while warming myself by the hibachi grill. My thoughts are buzzing with the details of our conversation. Only 1 foot lit on fire, eh? Oh, detective music. If it's supposed to be a copycat murder, then what's the deeper meaning? There's no idiom for lighting one's foot on fire. The closest we have is light a fire under one's feet. It means something along the lines of danger is approaching. Well, there's a big difference between foot and underfoot. Since I don't have all the details, I don't know how the leg... Yo, I'm writing this shit down. Yo, we fucking taking notes now, boys. Murder, okay, foot. 1 foot lit on fire. That's the Tama Cemetery murder. Yeah, dude, we writing notes. I don't know exactly how the leg was burned. The meaning may lie behind the method used. I should try looking at this from a different perspective. Which foot, though? I guess we'll have to find out. The corpse discovered at Tama Cemetery had his left arm amputated. Okay, boom. Left arm amputated. Why? If they didn't want her fingerprints to be collected, they would have cut off both arms. So why only one? Could there have been some important characteristic on the victim's left arm? A tattoo, for instance, or... Nah, that only happens in detective stories. You better get used to detective stories, because you're in one. The arms must hold some significance for the killer, but with the little information we have, it's impossible to tell what it is. Funny joke, thanks, dude. I'll move on to the other case, the dismemberment. This one's probably a little simpler. Both arms, both legs, and the head. Relatively speaking, easy to transport. Oh, so this is the other case, okay. Other case. Fully amputated, no torso. They said that earlier. The other case, I don't know why that has anything to do with what we're doing, but that only happens in detective stories is also a classic, ironically. Yeah, you're right. Relatively speaking, they're easy parts to transport. It's likely that after the victim was murdered, the killer's next step was to dismember and dispose of the body. The torso may be still lying out there somewhere, discarded. In order to commit such a crime, the perpetrator must have a composed, analytic mind. I can infer that much from what I already know, but given my lack of information, there's little point in speculating further. At the very least, analytic mind. Composed? Analytic mind. Although he could be wrong about that. That's conjecture. I wrote it down anyway, but it's conjecture. At the very least, we can start investigating the people related to her if we can learn the victim's identity. Right now, we can't even guess a motive. It all begins tomorrow. The killer was Sherlock Holmes. Looks like I'm back to living at my office in Shinjuku starting tomorrow. But before that, a bath. My office doesn't have one for obvious reasons, so the only place I can get a good hot soak is at home. I'm gonna save because I'm always afraid these games are gonna crash. Yo, I love the fucking look of this. This is cool looking. Well, there are a number of soap lands near my office, but draping a towel over my shoulders, I stand up. What is a soap land? Soap land, it's like a bathhouse, but they fuck also, right? Even so, for those two incidents to occur in such a close proximity, is it the work of a single murderer or mere coincidence? It's a brothel. Okay, so I was correct. The two crime scenes are roughly 5 kilometers apart as the crow flies. If there's only... Oh, boy. Okay, the two crime scenes are roughly 5 kilometers apart as the crow flies. If there's only one perpetrator, then both scenes should be within his range of movement. Okay. Both of them 5 km apart. They happened one day after another. One day, then another. Okay. So it's possible that it's the same murderer, but the MO doesn't fit so far. I don't know. Why didn't they translate that? I don't know, dude. However, there's no way they could get around carrying a body. The suspect would have had to own a car. Car! In Japan, that's a fucking suspect probably owns a car. Writing it down. Okay. These days, that could be anybody. Okay, whatever. I haven't narrowed down the suspect list at all. No good. It's time for a bath. I'm afraid, I'm gonna be continuously afraid that this wasn't censored correctly. So let me just make sure. Huh? Yes! It's censored correctly! Yes! Nissan. Sorry. I think it'll be pretty cramped if we both get in together. No. My dear sister, the problem here is an entirely different matter. I can wash your back at least. How does that sound? Nah, I'll pass. Tell me when you're done with your bath. Yukari cocks her head at me doubtfully. I turn away and then leave the changing room. Gross! Dude, you're wearing a Minecraft shirt into the bath? What the fuck, dude? Dummy? Big dummy? Sheesh, I don't know if I'd call that composure or something else. I return, or rather flee, to the living room, then flop onto the sofa. Normally she's pretty straight-laced, but from time to time... I told you he was fucking her sister. Nah, dude. He just walked in on her taking a bath in her clothes. This really worries me. It is very strange to take a bath with your clothes on. I wish she was a little more reserved about this sort of thing. After a while, Yukari gets out and we switch places in the bath. Shall I wash your back for you, Nissan? I said it's fine! Go warm up before you catch cold! Seriously, I'll never get used to this. After my bath, I sit facing the hibachi in my room. That was just a little slice of life fucking goof there. This game is so unrealistic. Gamers don't bathe. Or bath. Gamers don't bath. After my bath, I sit facing the hibachi in my room. What a day. Saw my little sister naked today. What a day. I grab the pack of cigarettes off my desk and stick one in my mouth. In anime and VN, locking doors is a myth. Well, dude, you gotta remember, this is post-war. They still use Japanese-style doors. Look, there's no fucking lock on those things. I grab the pack of cigarettes off the desk and stick one in my mouth. I toss the lit match into the hibachi. Phew! I sigh, exhaling smoke. There's more in my mind than just the job I accepted from Uzumi. No, it's not Yukari's naked body. No! It's that mysterious girl I met this morning in the park. It's not my high school sister. It's the other high school girl that I'm thinking of. Should I think of this as simply another job? Find her true self, eh? Perception of oneself. That has something to do with psychology, right? If that's the case, there's not a lot a detective like me can do. She should go consult some well-known shrink or doctor. Well, I suppose it's a pretty natural concern for someone her age.
兄さん
Nissan, I'm going to bed soon. Why would you tell me this? The screen slides out. Why would you tell me this, Yukari? And Yukari pokes her head inside. Okay, good night, Yukari. I look up and answer her. I briefly considered asking her about the girl from this morning, but thought better of it. It looks like they attend the same school, so she might know something. However, now doesn't feel like the time to bring it up. Instead, I ask her about something else. Hey, Yukari, what would you think if someone asked you to find their true self?
謎かけですか
Is that a riddle?
そうですね
Let's see. Yukari's expression
今
softens.
ここにいる
The intent may be to state that the person they are now is not their true self. Right now, they're dissatisfied with their current self and believe that their true happy self exists somewhere. Ah, the lesbian's trying to stop being a lesbian. Haha, smart, Yukari. I see you take after me. Yukari's gaze, that's because of epigenetics. Which implies we fucked, just in case you didn't understand. Yukari's gaze turns towards the ceiling as she answers.
謎かけだとしたら
If it's a riddle, then the answer should be
答えは
simpler.
解決でしょうか
No, that helped a great deal. Thanks, and good night.
お役に立て
If
て
I was able to help, then
くださ
I'm glad. Good night,
いおやすみ
Nissan.
なさい
Good night, big bro. Yukari leaves, a smile on her face. She wants to feel different by wearing the skin of her victims. Unhappy with her current self, eh? Now hold on a second. That font in the top left is papyrus, isn't it? Somebody already mentioned this too. You're just copying people. I already said that also. What happened the last 20 minutes or so? What did I miss? We saw our sister naked. I mean, wearing a Minecraft shirt. At first glance, I didn't think the girl who called herself Kuchiki, I love the name, Kuchiki Toko seemed particularly depressed. Of course, we didn't exactly have a deep conversation, so I don't know how accurate my impression is. There's got to be something. Something deep within that cat-like girl's heart. That gay-bottom girl's heart. March 5th. 23 night moon. Okay. When I head into the living room the next morning, the table has already been set for breakfast. I guess Yukari's prepared it for me. There's a piece of paper wedged under the plate of the sunny side up eggs. It's a note written in neat brushstrokes. After we eat, please go to work. Please go to work, big bro. Please go to work. We need money for buying beans, big bro. I will prepare dinner, Yukari, using calligraphy for a note to her brother, as refined as ever. It looks like she's already left. Students have it pretty rough since they gotta get going so early. School sucks, drop out. Well then, I guess I'll eat and return to my office. The crime scene is in Fuchu, so I guess going directly from here would be faster, but I need to pick up my investigation notebook! With any luck, I can get Uozumi to meet me there. If he brings a car, it'll make getting around a lot easier. When is it with the Japs and incest? You mean where? What is it, right? Well then, let's get going. I take a final swallow of cold miso soup, stand up, and set out. Ah, my office. After taking the Seibu line to Shinjuku, I walk along Yasukuni Street to my office. Hey, it's clean! One day later, my workplace is still pristine. Well, that's a given. I open my desk drawer and take out the notebook. This has seen me through many cases over the years. In here I take notes about information and people of interest. Better still, it has a map. I may as well fill in what I've learned up until now. I sit in the chair and start writing. I guess that's about it. Notes, dude, notes. Okay. Oh, it's so fucking... Oh, I love it. Oh, dude, oh! Look at this. Yo, we've got a correlation diagram. Hatsune works together with Kyoko, who is old friends with Kyo's... Oh... And also old friends with me. That's what I look like. I'm inseparable companions with Kyozo? Is that what his name is? I can't read it anymore because it's blurry. Toko is a client of mine and my sibling is Yukari. There's gonna be a connection here later. Dude, I love this fucking info. This is a map. So here's Moon World. Here's my house, very close. There's the park nearby. Detective agency way over there and Shinjuku Station. So here's... Dude... Wait, I took the Seibu line? So I walked north, took the Seibu line down to work. Why wouldn't I just go south and then take the JNR line? Whatever, dude. Crime scene. Ooh! Okay, so... Inokashira Park, crime scene corpse 1 discovered. And Tama Cemetery. Oh, it was discovered in the park? Oh, shit. Let's see, March 3rd. Finished with work. It's been a while since I've been home, so I decided to head back. Looks like there's a new employee at Moonworld, okay? March 4th, met a strange girl. New employee at Moonworld named Amamiya Hatsune. Got a request from Uzomi investigating the dismemberment murder. Got it. Evidence. A girl's request. Accepted the strange request to find the true me. Here's an idea. Indicate north. Otherwise, it's technically not a map. Yeah, I don't know where north is. It's probably up. If they don't tell you, it's probably up. Inokashira Park corpse synopsis. Arms, leg, and head were found. Okay. Date discovery, February 29th. Oh, that was a while ago. Okay. That was last week. Ah, it was 3 days before. No, 4 days before. No, 5 days. 5 days before. 4 days before. 4 days before. Tama Cemetery corpse, buried underground, only the leg was sticking out and it had been lit on fire. Yo, they were using the leg like a torch? What? That's fucking weird. Oh! Don't scroll down while in the notebook. It continues things going on. Heya, Reiji. I need to read more. Okay, character list. Kyoko, old friend of mine, owns Moonworld. Her husband died in an accident 7 years ago. Okay. Yukari, my sister, in her school uniform this time. Little sister. She's calm, composed. Calm and composed! Calm and composed! That's the exact same words they used to describe the murderer. And handles all the household chores. The pillar of Tokisaka family. She's somewhat out of touch with other people. Suspect number 1. Kuchiki Toko, a girl I met in the park. I don't really understand her. She gave me a strange search request. Hatsune, a new hire at Moonworld. She used to help out at the brothel Yukishiro in Ueno. Kyozo, a detective with the MPD Investigative Division, holds the rank of sergeant, an inseparable companion since back in the day. Okay, that's all the information we have. I think I wrote down some stuff that he didn't write down. Like, 5 kilometers apart, dude. Although I guess we have a map. I guess we would know that. Although there's not a fucking guide for that either. I was hoping the player character was a balding man with a neck beard. Kyoko seems like the killer. I mean, her husband died in an accident. Kyoko and Kyozo is a little too fucking close for my liking, by the way, but fine. As I thought, it's Uzumi. I'm already here. Shall we go check out the crime scene? Sticking the notebook in my pocket, I stand up. Yeah, though I should warn you, 3 days have already passed, so I doubt there'll be much left at this point. Even so, we might find something. As I admonish Uzomi, we step outside. From here, we should take the Chuo line to Musashi Sakai, then the Tamagawa line to Tama Cemetery. Now wait just a moment, Uzumi. I stop him from leaving and look around. Didn't you come here in a patrol car? There aren't any cars parked nearby. Seems it wasn't that long ago you were bragging to me about the Force's new Toyo pets. Bakayero! You idiot, I can't just take one for a joyride when there's no emergency. I'll pay for your tickets, let's get a move on. Alright. He's got a car. Slumping my shoulders, I follow after Uzumi to the Shinjuku station. Does my sister have a car? Probably not. I'd been hoping to ride in the new car, but on second thought, I'd rather not look like a criminal that's being carted around. Good morning, detective. Yeah, afternoon. After greeting the waiting officer, we walked to the crime scene. So this is the place. I just realized... Wait. Oh, no, he said good afternoon. I'm just retarded. Good. The graveyard is dead quiet. It's cold, but not due to seasonal weather. It's palpable sensation, almost as if the atmosphere itself has become chilled. That's generally the case for murder scenes. In this era of science, I don't believe in ghosts and the like, but even so, there's something off about this place. Well, go take a look. Hold up, what in particular am I looking for? Just investigate anything that catches your attention. And could you give me a little breathing room? I push Uzumi's towering frame aside and survey the scene of the crime. Nothing stands out at this distance. If I'm gonna investigate more closely, it'll have to be centered around one place. Ooh, dude, I fucking Ace Attorney style. Well, can I make a wrong decision here? Check out the vicinity is choked with fog. Even under normal circumstances, you couldn't call this a comfortable place. The occasional cawing of crows doesn't help matter. Did you get a statement from the first person on the scene? Yeah. The guy who found it was an old man who lives nearby. It seems he noticed something burning in a graveyard around midnight. He said he thought... Fuck. Are they gonna note all this information? Because this is a lot of fucking information, dude. Okay. Writing this down. Noticed at midnight. Old man. Old man found by old man nearby. He said he thought it was a will-o'-the-wisp at first. It's not the right season for those, is it? If it were summertime, I'm sure it'd end up as just one of those memorable late-night experiences while escaping the heat. Whatever the case, the corpse he found was real enough. And although he called us immediately, it seems he didn't notice anyone suspicious in the area at the time. Ace Attorney Censored Porn Edition. Yeah, dude. Did he hear any sounds? Screams? Anything? It appears that's also a negative. Apparently, no sounds. No sounds. No sounds. No sounds. No sounds. Although that's not really a clue. That's the lack of a clue. Apparently, a bunch of cars passed by, but they were just driving along the main road. Nothing out of the ordinary. So in other words, we can't rule out that they came by car. It'd be nice if we could at least confirm whether a car passed through the graveyard late at night. Could you look into that for me? Just don't get your hopes up. Well, I guess that's all I can get from here. I see. I mean, the fucking hole. There's a discolored area where the ground's been dug up. They didn't dig very deep. Approximately 20 centimeters, give or take. Was the corpse buried here? I don't know, dude. What do you think? Yeah, they laid her face down and only the knee was bent and the foot sticking out of the ground. Oh, bent that way. Oh, that's where they lit the fire. You got something? Don't be impatient. I'll take my time and think it over afterwards. Also, were there any footprints left over the vicinity? I point to the ground around the disturbed area. None were found at the time the corpse was discovered. The ground appears to have been carefully smoothed over. I see. What does it all mean? Uozumi gives instructions to a nearby officer. Well then, let's think over what I've discovered here. Inference part. Although we're thinking things over, I don't remember this at all, by the way. I don't remember this part, like, even a little bit. Because I have, like I said before, I played this a little bit to get to, like, a bad end, but I just remember very little. It's been, like, 2 years, and I don't remember this. I'm still missing a lot of crucial information. Will they be able to make an arrest with only a rough criminal profile? Let's start off by thinking about the evidence left at the crime scene. The only lead I've found thus far is... I open my notebook. I love this shit, dude. Okay, the only clue I found thus far. Evidence list. Okay, well, it's obviously not Inokashima Park. It's obviously not that. Synopsis. So... No footprints, smoothed over, it'd been dug 20 centimeters deep. Laid face down, only the knee was bent, it'd been lit on fire. That's the only clue, right? The only clue is the weird fact that they lit the foot on fire. Confirm. No, that's not it. Great, we got the bad end. The eyewitness testimony, there was somebody there, it was silent? No, that's not it. What the fuck do you mean, just the synopsis? That the left arm was amputated? No? What the fuck? That it was 20 centimeters... Oh, it'd been smoothed over. That's right. This dug-up patch of earth. It's much too shallow to serve as a grave. It looks like they just laid the body down and covered it with dirt. It's difficult to believe that the killer actually expected to hide it. Judging by the way the body was discovered, that was never the intention. Could you lend me a shovel for a moment? I'd like to point out that this is going to get a lot fucking worse doing this when it's like fucking 20, like we have multiple pages of evidence and it's like, okay, pick the right evidence. Process of elimination is not going to be possible at that point. Or it'll be terrible. And it might do a bad end, I don't know how that works. I asked a nearby officer. Sir, here you go. Thanks. I take the shovel and thrust it into the ground near the crime scene. Whoa there, Reiji, don't disturb the scene too much. I know. Shrugging off his warning, I start to dig into the ground. The earth isn't particularly hard, and digging is easy. To dig a hole 20 centimeters deep would probably take around 10 minutes. Did they lack time, or simply the physical strength? Ah, it could have been a girl. I stop to think. However, if they were short on time, it would make no sense for them to come all the way out here to dig a hole and hide the body. Also, it would make no sense for them to light the foot on fire if they were low on time, so that can't be it. If the killer was weak, then why bother digging a hole? A suspicion is taking place in my mind. What? A suspicion. So, help me out here. Everybody needs to put their fucking minds together here. So it was buried in a shallow grave. It doesn't make sense that they didn't have enough time to dig a deep grave. You can change. Can you change tab? Not right now, I can't. So it doesn't make enough time. What am I fucking saying? It doesn't make sense that they didn't have enough time, and it doesn't make enough sense that they were weak. But for some reason, they dug a shallow hole. Do we have a reason? Old man saw burning. I guess simply so that they could burn the foot? Laid face down. No footprints were found. Had been laid over. Huh. I guess the foot being lit on fire, right? That's right. Their intention wasn't to hide the body, but rather to set fire to the foot. Got it. They probably dug the hole in order to get the leg upright. Oh! Maybe the old man had sex with the foot, then burned it. No, sorry. Well, maybe. A leg projecting backwards, just like in that movie. But that was in a lake, right? The Riddle of the Inugami Clan, right? Is that a real movie? Yo, I gotta watch that. That has a sick-ass name. Wait, I'm writing down The Riddle of the Inugami Clan. The Riddle of the Inugami Clan. Isn't that a ninja name, too? Dude, classic ninja movie? I'm certain that was a story about copycat murders. Oh, copycat murders, that's even better. Yeah, it's real. Dude, movie night! Movie night! Who wants to watch the fucking Riddle of the Inugami Clan, which apparently is going to be like a black and white movie, I'm guessing, from the time period. If this is also a copycat murder, then what on earth are they copying? The movie? From what the guy who found her told us, it was almost like a candle or a torch. A candle, eh? Since I didn't actually see the crime scene under those circumstances, I can't even picture it. A dazzling, burning leg in the middle of a dark graveyard. Must be some kind of religious ceremony, or it might be. At this stage, the more I think about it, the less I understand what's going on. I need more information. Okay, well, we got our first deduction there. That was the, what's it called? The introduction. There's nothing from that era, but it was a novel, and the movies are more recent. Many adaptations. Oh, interesting. Oh, Uzumi, has an autopsy been performed on the body? We'll know the judicial autopsy and forensic results tomorrow. That's right. You'll come to Takadano Baba tomorrow as well. Takadano Baba. Uzumi slips an arm around my shoulder, acting like he's had a brilliant idea. Takadano Baba? You mean that place? As far as I know, there's only one person that does autopsies in Takadano Baba. She's quite a troublemaker for a doctor. There wasn't anyone else? I don't have the authority to decide which medical examiner we use. Deal with it. Uzumi smirks broadly. I think I do remember this. I think this is the woman with the fucking massive tits. Like, it's fucking insane. His face betrays his happiness at roping me into like, I almost had to just censor her, even when she's fully clothed. You'll know what I mean. His face betrays his happiness at roping me into going along. Well, we'll leave the rest for tomorrow, then. For today, we'll end the investigation here. Sure. See you tomorrow. Oh, the music. I like the music in this game. I might use this for something. By the time I reach Kichijoji Station after parting ways with Uzumi, it's already evening. Well then, what shall I do now? Going straight home would be fine, but there's no reason not to drop by somewhere. Here it is. Here it is. Finally, this matters. This really matters. So this is the part of the game, all right? Let me explain to you sort of how this works. Because, yeah, there was that little detective part like Ace Attorney, but that wouldn't be too different. Now is where our actual deductive powers come into play. Maybe not a lot at the moment, but we have all this evidence, all this information, and now we're given the choice of where we want to spend our time. But we only get one choice. So what we need to find out is where we need to go, who we need to meet with, what leads we need to follow down in order to solve the murder. You see? And, like, the game doesn't tell you. It's like, you go to fucking Moon World and you should have actually gone to Shinjuku Station. You fucking lose. That's all there is to it. You made a mistake. You didn't fucking figure things out. See? That's why this game is sick. You actually have to figure it out yourself, or else you'll just go to the wrong fucking place. So, our options here are Moon World, Inokashira Park, or Shinjuku Station. Now, I feel like this one's kind of obvious, honestly. I mean, like, Inokashira Park's where the other murder happened. Moon World! Go to Moon World! Drink the case away. I'm pretty sure we should go to Inokashira Park. Like, if these cases are at all related, it really makes sense to go to the crime scene of the other fucking murder. So I'm gonna go to Inokashira Park. But I saved too, which might be important. I've arrived at Inokashira Park. It feels a bit colder than it did this afternoon, but the temperature is still mild. It seems like spring is drawing closer. I decided to take a leisurely stroll through the park. I guess we're not investigating the murder. Okay, do any of these choices let him have sex with his sister? Maybe. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't remember that from my censorship, because I wasn't looking at them very well. You know, obviously, I don't want to look at those. Crime scene, crime sheen. You mean shmeen? But when I draw close to the pond, Yukari. Oh, cool. I'm going down the sister fucker route. For some reason, Yukari's on the bank, straining to touch the surface of the water. Whoa, whoa, what is she doing? She could fall in at any moment. This is dangerous. Choices, choices, choices. Save. Choices. Choices matter in this game, from what I know. Call out to her or watch. Never startle someone in danger. This is so stupid. You're right, though. You should never startle someone in danger. I'll watch. I like to watch. Everybody's voting 1 also. Watch what happens. Oh, oops. I have no idea what she's trying to do, but I think I'll just watch from a distance for a while. She's trying to say the N-word. Just a little further. Did she drop something? Almost there. Hey, you're gonna fall in. What are you doing, Yukari? What? What a weird getup. Why the black fucking Oxford? It's like, it's a mix between like a cotton Oxford and like a fucking jacket, and I can't tell which it is. She looks very strange. Trap. This is my sister, thank you. Trap! Nissan, please give me a hand. We saw her naked a second ago. I know she was wearing a Minecraft shirt, but like, this is, unless she got like fucking implants or something, she is not a trap. Yukari turns her face to me, looking like she's on the verge of tears. What's wrong? I approach her and take a look. The koi are thrashing about below the surface, sticking their faces out. Koi? Was she feeding them? They're drowning! Look at how they're gasping for air! Oh no, she's retarded! She thinks the fish are drowning! Are you serious? Hey, look, Yukari, that doesn't mean they're drowning, you know. But they look like they're in such pain. Oh yeah, she's actually, okay, we can't fuck her. Oh no! Oh, the reason she didn't mind us walking in on her naked is because she's retarded. Oh, we gotta protect her. We need to protect her at all costs. They're gathered because you held your hands out, so they thought you were gonna feed them. Oh, so that's what it was. I'm sorry, everyone, but I'm afraid I don't have anything edible with me. Yukari speaks in the direction of the koi. Well, that's fine. Honestly, if it's not one of your interests, you're completely helpless, aren't you? That's another word for retarded. If it's about entomology, then it's no problem. She likes bugs. She's retarded and she likes bugs. Like how water striders drown in soapy water, or... I don't know if I'll ever understand this sister of mine. She's playing dumb. No, she's not. She definitely was not. Oh, we get to go multiple places this time. Oh, okay. Moon World or Shinjuku now? Let's go to Shinjuku. You need to find her a good husband. Arrange a marriage with a good man. Bug girl. Dude, she's the best. I'm going to Shinjuku. I don't know what the fuck I'll find there, but... I've arrived at Shinjuku. It's not yet time for people to get off work, so there's not much of a crowd in front of the station. Nonetheless, compared to other streets, this is a busy place. I'll leave the station in front of Nikko, browse a while at Ozugumi Market, eat some onpan at Nakamura-ya, and read a book at Kinokuniya. Kinokuniya is also the name of a bookstore in the US that imports Japanese books. Just my usual rounds. And finally, my office. There's nothing in my mailbox. It seems that nothing's changed during my absence. Well, that's hardly surprising since I was just here at noon. Phew! I slump into a chair and let out a slow breath. I guess I'll spend the night here. No, Yukari said she was making dinner. Thinking back, I remember that she left a note to that effect with today's breakfast. Well, that settles it. I guess I'll go back. See? Because we chose those two places, we didn't have time to go to Moonworld. Decisions matter. We missed something at Moonworld, possibly. I'm home. The lights are on inside, so it looks like Yukari's already back. Unless we go late night Moonworld, I guess. There are shoes by the entrance. I best be prepared. I've been wondering whether someone would come by here thanks to that note on my office door. Looks like someone actually has. Let's see who we're dealing with. Who might you be? There's a stranger seated in the living room. He's a calm and reserved murderer! Probably somewhere in his 50s. You can tell at a glance he's not a burglar. But he could be a murderer. Dorobo, by the way, burglar. Yukari might be odd, but she still wouldn't serve coffee to an intruder. Look at this dude, yo! I like this dude. He could be a murderer easily, though. Fucking easily. Good evening, good evening. You're Tokisaka Reiji-san, correct? My name is Seiki. I'm the vice principal at Obu Girls Academy. Why'd you come home with one of your students? He stands to greet me. Oba Girls Academy. That's where the one Yukari attends. Why is the vice principal here in our house? Yukari isn't in some kind of trouble, is she? He's not the murderer because he seems like a murderer. Fair. Please don't jump to conclusions, Nissan. Yukari emerges from the kitchen. Tokisaka-san is a model student. She gets along well with everyone, even her fellow club members. Saeki-sensei has come to offer you a job, it seems. Ooh. A job? That's correct. I heard from Tokisaka-san's older brother was in the detective business. That being the case, it seemed appropriate that I avail myself of your services. She's pregnant with his bastard baby. I don't think that's the twist. Seiki's eyes are grave. I suppose I should at least hear what he has to say. Simple requests can sometimes be solved with just a bit of advice. Most likely fucking. I don't know if it's he's just a client, dude. On the other hand, if it's a difficult case, I'll steer him towards that other detective in Ueno. I don't want to betray this man's expectations after he's put his faith in me. What manner of business might this be? As I show Seiki to the sofa, I also sit down. Yukari watches from a short distance away, her face drawn with worry. He said aw, not eh. Well, actually he said eh, not aw. It's regarding the academy. Since the beginning of this year, 2 of our students have disappeared in succession. Wait, are both the murderers students? Oh, fuck. Disappeared. First, in mid-January, a student named Nishizono Yui went missing. Then, just 2 weeks ago, another, Imamura Haruku, also disappeared. I think we've just solved the identity of the 2 murdered women. Saeki explains the circumstances with frankness. Did you contact the police? Of course I did. However, there haven't been any progress to speak of. That's why I've come here. I see. I bet the police are struggling. A missing person can mean many things. Disappearance, kidnapping, suicide, homicide, accident. In all those cases, without any eyewitnesses, there's no way to collect information. The murders were a week ago and 3 days ago, weren't they? The bodies were found a week ago and 3 days ago. I do not believe we've established the time of death. That's why we're going to the medical examiner right now. Let me see. Discovered on the 29th and discovered on the 2nd. We don't actually know. One had a leg burning. Was their leg burning for a week? Maybe they didn't bury them right away. Or, even more likely, maybe they didn't kill them right away. They disappeared 2 weeks ago. That doesn't mean they were killed 2 weeks ago. Could be a kidnapping. It pains me to admit this, but since our school is very concerned with the image it projects, we took no action until the second person, Imamura-kun, went missing. That's fucked. Seiki bows his head. Don't apologize to me. The ones you should be speaking to are the missing students' families. Yes, I'm well aware. Saeki's voice is a soft whisper. Looks like the stress and guilt are taking their toll on him. 2 missing persons, eh? Wait a minute. Right now I'm involved in another case that involves a murder. 2 unidentified female corpses have been discovered. It couldn't be! Masaka! We still don't know yet. Not yet. I shake my head at Saeki, who's leaning forward intently. But we can't count out that possibility. Saeki-sensei, I will accept your request. If his case coincides with Uzumi's, then it will make my investigation easier. Even with the delicate matter of human lives in the balance, I need to plan my approach with care. My prestige. Thank you very much. If you would hear me out, I do have one additional request of you. What might that be? Can I date your sister? I'll be frank. In order to prevent any more students from becoming victims, I'd like you to do some investigating inside the academy. I don't see where you're going with this. You think a teacher did it? What? To avoid worrying the student body, I want you to infiltrate the school as a temporary instructor. Oh no, I'm gonna start fucking students, aren't I? It's fucking Fire Emblem all over again. Okay, sure, I'll be a teacher. A temporary instructor? What does he mean by that? A substitute teacher, dude. I'm told that you're fairly knowledgeable regarding world history. That's why I'd like for you to conduct your investigation under the guise of a history teacher to avoid standing out too much. But that's lying. That's gonna be tough. The place where 2 girls have gone missing, even if it's related to my current case, being confined in one location is liable to hamper my other investigations. Nissan, it would be a favor to me as well. Why? Yukari interjects from the sidelines, interrupting my thoughts. It's alright, don't you worry. I didn't say I wasn't going to accept. I turn and face Saeki. It was Fire Emblem all along. Is there someone among the faculty that has a good grasp on the conduct and mentality of the students? Will the school nurse do? Yes, that's fine. I may have a lot to ask of this person, so could you please give them the details of my job? I assume you want to keep this a secret from the other teachers. That's a long sentence that he just spoke. Exactly. You're catching on quickly. The fewer people who know why I'm really there, the better. I understand. Well then, since I do have another investigation to conduct, I won't be able to work full-time, but I'd like to help out when I can. Yes, of course. In that case, I'll appoint you as a part-time instructor. I'll be counting. Can you do that? I'll be counting on you. Sure. I get up and shake hands with Saeki. Looks like things are going to get pretty hectic from now on. It doesn't make sense for him to be the murderer if he's hiring me to solve a murder and prevent a murder, so I'm guessing he's probably not the murderer. Unless he's just fucking with me, which is not impossible. After bidding farewell to Saeki, I took the last train of the night back to my office in Shinjuku. My investigation to Oba Girls Academy I keep wanting to say Girls Club, I don't know why, will begin on the 8th. I've still got some time left until then. I've got to take care of whatever I can beforehand. First off, tomorrow I need to ask about the autopsy results. Uzumi mentioned it being in Takadana Baba. An acquaintance of mine is the coroner there. This doesn't bode well. I'm pretty bad at dealing with her. I guess I've got to make it clear that's just for work. I turn off the lights, wrapping myself in a blanket on the sofa. As darkness gradually claims my senses, old memories resurface in my mind. Memories of my lover, 6 years, dead and gone. It's the perfect cover. Yeah, the perfect cover for murdering someone is hiring someone to solve the murder. Sex, murder, gay lovers, this is truly a Japanese game. Song 2, The Fruits of Curiosity Hunting. What the fuck is that? March 6th. Neep tide. Okay. This morning I'm finding myself waking up in the worst possible way imaginable. Well, it lives! This fucking dude. Do you really think I want to see your ugly mug first thing in the morning? Then you should have woken up earlier, you bastard. You came over here way too early. Early? It's almost noon. Get your ass up already. At Uzumi's urging, I get out of bed. Alright, let's get going. I need more water, dude. My throat. I change into my rumpled shirt and head outside. Hey, Uzumi. What? Didn't you come in a patrol car? There are no cars parked in front of the office. Like I told you, I can't use them unless it's an emergency. Stop flapping your gums and let's get going. He doesn't want us to see his car. He grabs my arm and drags me along. However, we're heading north. Hey, Uzumi, the station's to the west. It's faster to walk to Takedano Baba from here. Uzumi throws that out there, his tone indicating that he couldn't care less what I think about it. It's more than 2 kilometers away, though. Let's take the train. If you got time to be moving your mouth, then get your feet moving. No good. Looks like he doesn't intend to listen to anything I say. His car smells of death, like Casey Anthony's car. Okay, dude. It'd be easier if we took the Yamate line, and we could write it off as a police expense. Go! Spotify just gave me a notice that fucking Sakanamon just released new music. That's sick, dude. Nice. I gotta check that out later. It'd be easier if we took the Yamate line, and we could write it off as a police expense. Resigned to my fate, I adopt a leisurely pace while glowering at Uzumi's back. Maybe he's a cold fish man? No, yes, Sakana is fish, but it's Sakanamon, M-O-N. It's spelt out in English, S-A-K-A-N-A-M-O-N, but it is a Japanese band, yeah. Heading north on Meiji Street, we reach Takedano Baba after 30 minutes of continuous walking. Okay, be prepared. I'm like 90% sure that this is the woman with massive tits that, as I said, I should have, I was considering censoring her even though she's fully clothed. So, I just want you to prep yourself for that. So, are you warmed up yet? I'm hungry. After being dragged out here on foot immediately after waking up, I don't care how hot or cold I am, I'm hungry. Forget it. When you think about where we're going, it'll be better if you don't eat. You've been building it up so much. It's just ridiculous, okay? It just really is ridiculous. I know. I really don't want anything in my stomach when we get the results of the autopsy. I'm not the squeamish sort who only sticks around long enough to ask a few questions. However, at this particular hospital, carelessness on my part could lead to the autopsy being performed right in front of my eyes. Reiji, you go in first. No, you go first. You're the cop, aren't you? And which of us is more used to dealing with her again? Why the hell are we arguing back and forth in front of the hospital? I haven't been here in a while. It'll be awkward if I lead. Of course, there's more to it than that. Will you quit stalling and go? Hold on, I'm not mentally prepared yet. And what are you two doing? A voice suddenly hails us from behind. Whoa! It's not polite to scream when you see someone's face, Tokisaka-sama. Do you see? That's fucking ridiculous right there. It happened so suddenly. I apologize to Natsume-san. You really know how to hurt a woman's feeling, don't you? I tried my best. The fucking eye patch and the cigarette, too. Oh no, is that a monocle? I think that's a monocle. At what? You said yeah, it's a monocle. What the fuck? The teats on this heifer. heifer. You said you were, right? I've only read cow terms written. You said you were coming over, so I went and got dressed up. I can tell. I only came here to ask the results of the investigation. Oh, is that how it is? I suppose I should have known better. Alright, gentlemen. Come on in. What the fuck is wrong with her? Shrink them. Those tits could feed a starving family for a year. Natsume-san winks at us before leading the way into the hospital. I knew I could count on you to deal with her, Reiji. Give it a rest. It's her, the mammary monster. She's the murderer. She smothered them with her mammaries. Instead of the waiting room or the sick room, we're immediately brought here. The autopsy room, or rather, the operating room. I've never heard of any operations actually being carried out here, so I guess calling it an autopsy room is fine. Well then, what do you want to hear about? Tell us about the corpse at Inokashira Park and Tama Cemetery. Reiji doesn't know the finer details, so go through them one by one. Alright. Let's start with the dismemberment. Yatsune-san picks a sheaf of papers off her desk. I pull out my notebook. On the dawn of February 29th, the corpse of what appeared to be a young woman was discovered in Inokashira Park in Kichijoji, located in Musashino City. To be more accurate, what was discovered were 4 limbs and a head. The torso is yet to be found. The pond was also dredged, but nothing of any relevance was found. Okay, so the one at the... what was it? Inogashira? What'd they say? I don't know. But at the park, no torso. Do we know her identity? That we don't know. Even though the head remains, it's in a state of severe decomposition. It was full of maggots, and there's something strange about it. Strange. It's still a pretty cold time of year, right? Nonetheless, the growth of maggots was far too rapid. It doesn't match up with the corpse's state of decay. I was right! Corpse buried later. Or, yeah, the corpse was buried later, probably after being stored in a warm area. I'm writing this down. Corpse, wait. I'll write down the fact, and then I'll write down my supposition. Fact. Too many maggots. Guess. Stored. Hell yeah, dude. Had to leave for a bit. Those milkers! Natsume-san flips through her documents. With this degree of decomposition, we can surmise that it was left out there around the end of February, and within 1 week of death. However, the size of the maggots is around 1 centimeter, which means that around 12 days had passed. Could it be a measurement error? When they're twice the expected size, you can't call it a mere error. While it's possible that the body was refrigerated, both the decomposition and the growth of maggots would have been halted. Oh, so she's saying the decomposition and the maggots don't add up. Interesting. Does that mean someone put maggots in the body early? What is... Okay, keep that in mind. File that away. Also, I took some fingerprints, but they didn't match anyone on the list down at the MPD. So not a known criminal. Okay. Even if a search request is submitted, it's not like the victim's prints would be in our file. Oh, yeah, the print. Yeah, obviously the victim wasn't a known. Okay, got it. Well, I've got other methods at my disposal, so that's fine. Dental records, for instance. Added maggots? I don't know, dude. I'm just spitballing here. This is how detective work goes. You all need to come with me here and spitball, okay? We need to solve this case together. The nice thing is, I know none of you have played this game. Like, not a single one of you have played this game. So, like, we're all at the same page. You know what I mean? What's her blood type? There wasn't really any blood left. Jeez. But tentatively, I can say she's a type A. Type A. Type A blood. That's important. That can narrow things down, maybe. To find out who the victim was. We can match that with the school student that went missing. Hopefully they're both not the same blood type, so we can figure out which school student was which, also. Although we would know that by the time frame, probably. I nod while scribbling in my notebook with a pen. Are there any other points worth mentioning? There are indeed. This will probably interest you the most. There are traces of a vital reaction at the point where the legs were amputated. Oh, fuck, they cut the legs off while she was alive! Okay. Legs cut off while alive. Holy shit. What about the arms, though? The arms were later? You're saying the legs were cut off while she was still alive? That's right. However, there were no vital reactions from the arms. But not the arms. Strange. Does this game have any lolis? I don't think so. I think this game goes for a little more realism, other than these fucking bazongas. So the legs were amputated, and she died of a massive hemorrhage. Massive hemorrhage. Afterwards, her arms and heads were chopped off. Is that how it happened? That seems likely, yes. Okay, so they cut the legs off, she died from that, then the rest were cut off. Got it. That makes sense. Okay. Next up is the corpse discovered in Tama Cemetery in Fuchu City on March 2nd. This is some fucked up shit, dude. Classic dark murder mystery, dude. This is what I want. Murder mystery. The victim in this case was also a young female. Her left arm was amputated, she was buried, and her foot was covered in kerosene and set ablaze. Kerosene, okay. This is the case I'm investigating. This one's relatively simple. In this case, the corpse is pretty much whole, so there are many things we know for certain. How certain? Well, let's go through them in order. First is the estimated time of death. We know this one died on March 1st, sometime between the hours of 7 p.m. and midnight. Wait a second. Seiki's request. Imamura Haruku disappeared mid-February. But this person died on March 1st. Died on March 1st, but still may have been held until the death on March 1st. But that does mean if they died on March 1st, we know that the body was found on March 2nd. So she died the night before she was found. That's valuable information, actually. I'm writing that down. Died the night before found. Because we don't know the other corpse could have been stored. It probably was. This one wasn't. The person may have been stored, you know, alive still, but they died shortly before being found, the night before. Between 7 and midnight. Okay. Don't jump to conclusions, yeoman. What do you mean? She said they died on the 1st, and the body was found on the 2nd. So, I mean, yes, the kidnapping is just a possibility. I'm not saying that that happened. But, and also we don't know if it's the same girl. That's also, we're just spitballing, obviously. I didn't write that down because we don't know it's the same girl. It probably is, but like, we don't know that. You're right, you're right. Watch this be a super easy game, the notes for nothing. That is one thing I know about this game, is I got a bad ending because I didn't know what was going on and I fucked up. So I know that the notes are useful, okay? Natsume-san's tone leaves no room for doubt. Look, the foot was set on fire, right? There's signs in the muscle indicating that the leg was re-stiffened. That means the leg was artificially stiffened within 5 hours of death. Wait, does that mean they buried her alive? You're telling us that the leg was moved at the time the fire was set? Wait. There are signs in the muscle indicating that the leg was re-stiffened. That means that the leg was artificially stiffened within 5 hours of death. Oh no, 5 hours after death. Okay. The leg was moved at the time the fire was set. That's likely. I can say with certainty that she was killed within 5 hours of her discovery. Holy shit. Okay. What's the cause of death? Trauma from losing the left arm? There was a vital reaction where the left arm was amputated, but there's something else as well. So they cut off the arm while she was alive. Her abdomen was sliced open, and an organ, her uterus, was cut out. Holy shit, this game is fucking crazy. What the hell? Okay, let me write that down. This is Thomas Cemetery, right? Yes. Thomas Cemetery, foot on fire, uterus cut out. Holy shit. What the hell? I had a feeling this was a bizarre case, but I hadn't expected something like this. That's not all. An eggshell was inserted into the abdominal cavity. Uterus cut out? Egg put in. What does it mean? What incel killer? It's painted black. Oh, but it's been cracked. Oh, a black eggshell. What the hell? Like my dreams. Why did they do such a thing? You're the detective. You tell me. My job is just to learn what I can from the dead bodies. You don't have to tell me what happened, but you do have to eat the eggs. That's right. This just might be the clue I need to the culprit's identity. Maybe it's egg lesbian girl, right? It appears that a carving knife was used. They went out of their way to stitch the wound closed, but they used regular sewing thread, no specialized tools at all. What about the left arm? From the way the bone's been crushed to the cross-section, I'd say they used a small hatchet or a similarly heavy instrument. Oh, you remember how I said her uterus had been cut away? Well, her vagina was left intact. What? What the fuck does that? What? Okay, thanks for the information. And what does that tell us? After some investigation, I found traces that sexual intercourse had taken place. Gross, dude! What the fuck? However, I couldn't confirm the presence of any semen, so you can probably rule out rape homicide. What? What the? What? Did they rape her before or after cutting out her fucking uterus? And also, no semen. What does that mean? They used like a tool or something? They used a dildo or something? Is this actually lesbian rapist killer? Wait a sec. Oh, okay. However, even though the body was wrapped in or they just pulled out so that they wouldn't get caught, that would make sense, I guess. The body was wrapped in a black cloth. It was completely nude. Therefore, we can't rule out the possibility of less than pure intentions. I see. Are there any clues that might help us zero in on the killer? Let's see. Oh, I forgot something important. The corpse belongs to a girl that went missing on the evening of the 1st. A girl named Kozumi K. Oh, well fuck, that was easy. That's the girl, right? What? That's a different girl? Oh no. Oh no, it's a different girl. Oh, yeah, that's pretty important. I like that they forgot that for a sec. Yeah, that's extremely important. I forgot, okay, a student named Koizumi K. Okay, so the Tama Cemetery foot lit on fire corpse is Koizumi K. Also a student. Just got here and already confused. We're solving a murder. You'll catch up soon when we go through our notes and try and solve stuff. But yes, we're solving a murder. So we confirmed her identity. There was no decomposition, so determining that was easy. She tosses the documents onto her desk. Well, that's all we've got for now. By the way, Tokisaka-san, have you met with that guy recently? Natsume-san suddenly changes the subject. By that guy, I assume you mean him? There's only one person in my circle of acquaintances that Natsume-san would address in that manner. Of course, I've got a present for him, so could you take it over for me, please? Why do I have to do it? Wouldn't it be better if you just went and did it yourself? It's not like he lives really far away or anything. But does the head belong to the same body for sure? It must. That's a good point though, because they only found the head, the arms, and the legs. They didn't find the torso. They assumed that it's the same body, but I guess it's possible it wasn't. We'll have to keep that in mind, I guess. He's such a shy boy, and he's always trying to avoid me. Not my problem. Why don't you ask Uzumi or something? Uzumi. Oh, that's how you pronounce it. Okay, I was pretty much right. Uzumi-san's a police officer, but I couldn't ask him that of him. I don't like where this is going. Well, I don't have anyone else to ask but you, Tokisaka-san. That bastard Uzumi left the autopsy room without me noticing. Fine. All I have to do is drop it off, right? Thank you, Tokisaka-san. In exchange, I'll return the favor next time we meet. Shit! That's why I hate being dependent on her. I hate women and their sexual favors that they offer to me. It's already evening by the time I get outside. I'm starving. I haven't eaten anything since this morning. Tokisaka-san, no eating what's inside the present, okay? I wouldn't dream of it. About to leave, swinging the package she's entrusted to me, when I notice something. Natsume-san, I can't help but think there's something off about your sign. The sign on the wall of the hospital reads Takanari Hospital. Wow, that's annoying. I thought I had it done up correctly, but it looks like they made a mistake. Natsume-san looks up and sighs heavily. I suppose if it's corrected before I open for business, there's no... because it's Takanari... I don't understand. It is Takanari Hospital. And it says Takanari Hospital. That's what it is. It's the Takanari Hospital. Takanari Hospital. Takanari Hospital. What am I missing? Am I fucking missing here? I don't understand. This is okay. Even if you fixed it, wouldn't it just get washed away by the rain? Since you're so concerned, why don't you get a permanent marker and have you write it, Tokisaka-san? Why do I have to do it? Oh, just because. Give me a moment. Natsume disappears into the hospital. Oh man, I could leave right now, but if I do that, there'll be hell to pay afterwards. Guess I've got no choice. I go and bring out a stepladder from behind the building. Thanks for waiting. Well then, I'm counting on you. Yeah. I lean the stepladder against the wall, climb up, and fix the character. Alright, can you do that sign over there too, please? Natsume-san spouts out instructions from the ground while I fiddle with the sign. Is this good enough? He put a little... He put a little thing there. Yep, it certainly boosts the spirits to see your own name on there. Ah, now it's Takashiro. Oh, they actually did change it. Oh, that's a nice touch. Oh. Doesn't it, Mr. Detective from the Tokisaka Detective Agency? That's what you wanted. You should have just put Natsume Hospital, Takashiro-san. Hold up, since I have so many siblings, things get confusing when you call us by your last name. Make sure you call me Natsume-chan, okay? Chan. This fucking OL wants to be called Chan. Since when have I ever called you that? Also, the sister is, well, disabled. Yeah, the sister is retarded. I'm like 90% sure. She's got problems. We'll protect her. OL. It refers to office lady, but a lot of times when they use it, they seem to be talking specifically about old office ladies, like above 30. So that's how I was using it just then. I don't know if that's actually proper usage. But she is an office lady as well, in a way, kind of. So, after making Uzumi treat me to dinner, I head back to my office, slightly tipsy. She's a Christmas cake. That's what I should have called her. Well then, let's piece together everything that's happened today. That would have been the correct term, Christmas cake. I settle into a chair and open my notebook. Ooh, more detectiving. Okay. First off, let's think about the autopsy results that I heard at Natsume-san's place today. The dismembered corpse found in Inokashira Park. Even though it's outside the scope of my own investigation, the identity of the victim has been weighing on my mind. It seems that the corpse was discovered between 7 and 10 after her death. 7 and 10 days. Ooh, okay. There might be some calculation error, but it should be roughly this range. 7 to 10 days after her death. So, does that tell me anything? So, he's talking about the Inokashira Park. Discovered on 29th. Which means that she would have died on around the 19th. Which is when Imura Haruka went missing. But why would one of the victims have been killed immediately and the other one kidnapped and held for a time? I don't... Probably not, I don't know. Old above 30. Old is getting lower and lower. No, it only refers to women. In Japan, any woman above 30, especially if they're not married, immediately is old. But it's only women. For men, it's not a big deal. Also, it's a Japanese thing. If you're not Japanese, I don't know. It appears that the corpse was discovered between 7 and 10 days after her death. There might be some calculation error, but it should be roughly in this range. If that's the case, then I might know who this mystery victim is. Alright, way ahead of you, buddy. Imura Haruka. Yeah, confirm. That's right, her. Imura Haruka. The time frame of her disappearance matches perfectly with the time of the murder. That might be a possibility in the end. I still need to investigate thoroughly. Right now, I don't even have a good grasp on the criminal's profile. In regards to the other case, there's a clue to the criminal's nature, however small, here. The other case. So the Tama Cemetery, Kozumi K murder. I flipped through my notebook. Tama Cemetery. The black egg. They fucking cut out her uterus and put a black egg in it. Yeah, I think that does have something to say about the MO, right? The black egg that was placed inside her abdomen. I don't know if this will become a lead, but since it's all we have at the moment, I can't rule it out. I wonder if there's some information, apart from the physical evidence, that'll make the profile clearer. What? Oh, okay. So, something besides the physical evidence that will make it clearer. And specifically, we're talking about the Thomas Cemetery case, I think. Black cloth is physical evidence. Time of death was between 7 p.m. and midnight. I don't know if that really tells you anything about the killer. Like, of course you would hide the body at night, right? Or kill someone at night. Yeah. Yeah, I don't, corpse identity unknown. Blood type A doesn't tell me anything. Oh! No, but that's part of the physical evidence, right? I was gonna say the fact that the head and leg had the head also? Oh, wrong corpse, thank you. I didn't know this before. There were vital reactions in the head. That means they cut off the legs and then the head, and she died when the head came off. That's fucking brutal. That is fucking... Okay. Other than physical evidence at the Tama Cemetery, the leg was sticking out and had been lit on fire. The identity was Kozumi K. A student. That might be what they're talking about. The fact that the victim was a student isn't purely physical evidence, but says something about the murderer. I think that's what it is. Let me see if there's anything else. No footprints were found. Disposed of within 5 hours. The knee was bent. Left arm was cut with a saw. Or a hatchet, they said. I don't know why they wrote saw. Sewn back up with normal thread. Signs of sexual activity, but that's also physical. I'm gonna say the synopsis, Koizumi K. I don't think this will point us towards the killer. I've got to think harder. There's bound to be something. Any ideas? What would point us towards the killer? And also, maybe it's something with Inokashira too. If we're assuming it's the same killer, which we're not. So ignore Inokashira for now. Thomas Cemetery, time of death. Point us towards the killer. I mean, the sexual activity, I guess, maybe. Maybe the sexual activity. The abdomen was sliced open and the womb was cut out. This indicates that the killer may be a person that hates or holds a grudge towards pregnant women or females in general. Yeah, but who doesn't? That doesn't narrow it down at all. Things don't usually pan out that smoothly, but that may still fit our killer. But in the end, that only deals with the body in Tama Cemetery. There's no way of knowing whether it also applies to the dismembered one in Inokashira Park. I don't know if this is worth following up, but it may be related. Evidently, I've got my work cut out for me at Oba Girls Academy, the environment where the female students went missing. It might be involved in the case, but more importantly, it could be the key to solving both murders. Well, now for tomorrow's business. So to be clear, I need to keep track of this. So the Tama Cemetery corpse is Koizumi K, which is a missing student. The other one we don't know, but is probably a missing student as well. But Koizumi K is not one of the missing students that we were told to look for. So there's probably another body that has not been found, Nishizone Yui, mid-January. Or a body that was found but not linked with any other cases. I think the burnt leg thing is unrelated. Really? You think it's like a diversion or something? Or some like fucking kids burning legs? Well, now for tomorrow's business. I look at the package that I've thrown onto my desk. Guess I'll go to Ueno. Seems like that guy's wife is pregnant as well. No matter how many times I look at them, the Takeshiro family siblings really are a bunch of weirdos. Take another drink. My facts could be wrong, only paying attention partly. That's almost even better because that means your mind is more free to come up with possibilities. They're not constrained by the facts. That's how you make fucking conclusions. I wake up. Still not rested, I slowly roll over and survey the room's interior. It's my office. Hello, I come back for validation. Give me attention. Congratulations, useless and sad weeb. I have given it to you. I push my blanket aside and get up. My joints ache. Damn, but it's rough not sleeping in a futon when you're pushing 30. If I could... Oh, he's pushing 30. Oh, okay. If I could, I'd go back home to sleep, but since I work late, that's not possible. He's pushing 30, and he's probably going to fuck a high schooler, just to be clear. That, and I also don't like riding in the jam-packed last train of the day. Guess I'll get going. I snag the package... Why is there no music for the scene? I snag the package off my desk and exit the office. Oh, I wanted to mention also, while people are here, if any of you are interested in this game and you want to play it on your own, or you just want to like play it later if I like get a bad ending or something and you want to try and do it yourself, or whatever, it's on Steam. You can also, I think, fucking find it online if you want to do that. But if you're like me and you despise pornography, hit me up on Discord. I'll give you the clean patch that I made, and it'll censor it all. So just I want to point that out. It's surprisingly warm today. At this rate, it looks like it'll be spring soon. A lot of people on the street today are dressed lightly. Correction, it looks like spring's pretty much arrived. Or I guess if you're the fucking streamer and you want to stream this as well, that would be a weird situation, but it's possible, I suppose. I think that to myself, gazing at the girls wearing short skirts. Now, looks like I've got to head up to Ueno today. If I'm going from Shinjuku, it's easiest to take the Yamate line. They love their trains, dude. I don't like riding in the Gyugyu Shuden. Translation, Gyugyu Shuden means jam-packed last train of the day. Thanks, thank you. Thank you, translator. As I head towards the station, I notice a crowd of people assembled in front of the Kinokuniya bookstore. A few dozen girls, students judging by their appearance, are huddled there staring at the front of the store. I guess they're holding some kind of event. I follow their collective gaze and see a sign that hung reading, Katsuragi Shin, author. New publication commemoration event. Katsuragi Shin. I don't know him. He must be a new writer. That guy who came out with Season of the Sun last year was Ishihara Shintaro, I think. Well, judging by the age of people gathered here, this guy's outside my realm of expertise. Should have put twitch.tv/yeomanvideo on every censored screen for anyone else streams your patch. That is smart as fuck. I should have done that. I didn't, though. My face is in one scene, though. In a test scene that I did at very early. That we haven't run into somehow. Because it was actually in the office. I thought it would show up early, but it didn't. So, not my real face. Unwilling to waste more time here, I head towards Ueno. Author is the killer. That would make a lot of sense. That would make a lot of sense. It's weird trying to juggle the knowledge that we have in-game that leads us to the killer, and the knowledge that's just us assuming things because of how stories normally go. A room near Ueno Station. Takashiro, are you in? I knock lightly on the door and enter without waiting for a reply. Oh, fuck! Oh, okay! The moment I'm inside, a strange odor assails my nose. And there, right before my eyes, lies the figure of a fallen man. This guy is... Okay, let's calm down. Calm down, let's keep our cool and figure out what happened here. Well, I think he's fucking dead. From his mouth to his chest, he's covered in a red liquid. It probably dripped from his mouth. Looks like it's only spilled on his clothes, not on the table. In light of the circumstances, it could very well be a murder. Is that juice? Wait a minute. Immediately next to the man is a glass cup knocked on its side. The residue of what appears to be a red liquid is stuck to the bottom. This would seem to be the origin of that strange smell. It's spread out on the floor and is even soaking into the carpet. Oh boy, he's gonna get scolded for this. He's not dead, he spilled his wine. He's drunk. Never mind, he's fine. That's probably enough for this area. There's a man lying spread eagle on top of the table. I recognize his face. Well, naturally, I came here to visit this guy. And now, something like this has happened. Let's investigate a bit further. But I wonder, why is he collapsed on top of the table? Looks like he got drunk and went to sleep. But there's something odd about his face and chest. Let's investigate a bit further. Yeah, he's not dead. There's something odd about his chest. There's something odd about his chest. Okay. It's a maneki neko. It's said that the upraised front paw beckons to good fortune, but I don't know if it actually achieves that effect. Honestly, if it worked, something like this wouldn't have happened, right? If only his wife would make a comeback, and I'm sure things would get better. Make a comeback? There's a pyramid set on the desk, inscribed with his title. It appeared to say detective. You don't have to make a point of proclaiming it so boldly. It's odd, but in this chaotic scene, this is the only thing that seems out of place. The room's interior is so cluttered that it's almost as if a typhoon is swept through. Doesn't look like a burglar or a thief has broken in. It's about as messy as my own office. It's livable, technically speaking, of course. Guess I should do some cleaning of my own every once in a while. Something odd about his chest. Okay, but you won't let me look at it. What the fuck else is there to look at here? Yeah, there is something odd about it. There's a smell in the air. I guess I just didn't click the right part of his chest. Well, since this guy was an idiot, seeing him like this is pretty ridiculous. Really, you have to hand it to him. Yeah, he's fine. Well, I guess that's enough of this. Good. I take off my right shoe, hold it up, and take aim. I could just as easily leave it on, but he deserves at least a little pity. Hey, Takashiro, wake up! Yelling, I hurl the shoe heel first into the pit of his stomach. Sorry, Kazuna! The man, Shugo, springs to his feet with an odd cry. Yo, what's with the fucking, like, monk getup? Yo, this looks like a main character, the way they hide his eyes, too. Don't fall asleep when you're drinking tomato juice. Tomato juice? Tomato juice? Why, tomato juice? I snap at Shugo as he groggily awakens. Oh, it's you, Tokisaka. Haven't seen you for a while. Yabares? Dude, V8 tomato juice. This guy's been my friend ever since our time in the military. Oh. We also became police. Oh, dude, was he in the war? I bet these guys were in the war. I hope we get fucking World War II flashbacks, dude. We also became policemen at the same time, but I'm the one who quit first in the end. So what was that sorry Kazuna all about? I wonder what kind of life these two lead. Well, did you need something? Shugo's pointedly ignoring the question, but I toss him the package anyway. I was entrusted to bring this here. It's from Natsume-san. Get? From Natsune ni? I don't know what he said. The moment he hears her name, Shugo hurls the package back in my direction. I don't want it. Why don't you help yourself? Go on, take it. Get out of here. What the hell am I gonna do with this? I shove it back at him. I said it's all yours. Tomato juice. Write that down. Write that down. If I don't want it, I don't want it, man. Come on, don't say that. Think of it as a favor. Well, then I'll go tell that to Natsume-san. I'll say that ungrateful wretch Shugo told me he didn't want it. No, that's even worse. The day Natsune hears Natsune. Natsune. Sorry. Here's something like that. I don't even know how much she's gonna make me suffer. For some reason, Shugo appears to be really scared. Scared. I don't know why I said that like that either. Well, I understand how he feels. If I were her little brother, I wouldn't know what to do either. Can you at least look what's inside? Hearing my words, Shugo grudgingly accepts my delivery. No one likes the big tit girl. Well, of course not. She's vulgar. It's probably nothing good, I can tell you that much. His face, a mask of resignation. He opens the parcel. A letter and a gray rectangular object tumble out. Is that konnyaku? My eyes aren't deceiving me. It's konnyaku. I don't know what that is. It's some sort of food. Why on earth would she... Oh, what's this? The town of Shimanita in Gunma has the highest quality konnyaku. Since Kazuna's pregnant, feel free to use this to comfort yourself, Shu-chan. What the hell? Natsume's at it again. Look at this, there's even a gap when you squeeze it. Did this guy's sister just send him a pocket pussy? Damn it. I have no idea what those girls in my family are thinking. Natsune and Nana both. Did your little sister give you something too? Nana's this guy's little sister. Apparently she's got a personality rivaling that of Natsume-san. Did someone look up what konnyaku is? Konnyaku? Let me look up what the fuck konnyaku is. I'm afraid I'm gonna get fucking pocket pussy images, but I'm pretty sure the word for pocket pussy in Japanese is a different word. Yeah, my phone's fucking loading. I shouldn't have looked it up on my phone. I should have looked it up on my computer. My phone's fucking dying. This was stupid. Someone else could have looked it up much sooner than that. Okay, wait, one sec. It's loading. It's even worse than I imagine. Kazuna raged pretty hard. So, what is it that I'm angry about? Wait. Nana sent me a nude photo album of herself. Somehow I missed that. His little sister sent him a nude photo album, and so his wife got pissed. Okay. It's a plant? Let me see. My phone is still loading. What the fuck? Unexpectedly, a voice calls out from behind me. Oh, sorry, Kazuna. At once, Shugo squats down, hiding his head with his arms. I really do have to wonder about their lifestyle. He's being beat by his wife. This is not a joke. This is not funny. After the domestic violence is never funny. Ignoring the idiot, I turn to greet the newcomer. Okay, so, what was it? Konnyaku? Konnyaku, what is that? A plant? What? What is konnyaku made of? Oh, it's some sort of Japanese fucking noodle dish. I guess it's kind of like rubbery, so you could use it as a pocket pussy? Is that the idea? Huh. Weird. Okay. Yeoman, don't just ask chat for something and then not read chat. I already said it. I thought you said it. Oh, Devil's Tongue Jelly. Oh. Somebody else, I didn't see that. I saw somebody say a plant. I thought that was the only answer we had, since they said that after that. Okay, got it. Weird. But he did say there was a gap, so yeah, it's fucking sex jelly. Great. Oh, if it isn't Tonisaka-san, it's been a while. Takashiro, formerly Kozuki, Kazuna. Wait, Takashiro. Oh, no, I don't understand. Takashiro. Oh, yeah, she took on. I knew there was some relation here, so now she's the sister-in-law of the big tit lady. Which, by the way, should increase our correlation diagram. Actually, she's not on here yet. That's strange. Okay, well, whatever. Alright, fine. Hey, Seiki Toko. Tokyo. She's a famous actress and Shugo's wife. I've heard that she's taking a break from her career during her pregnancy. Well, you've gotten pretty big. Even though she's wearing Japanese-style clothes that hide the curves of her body well, the bulge in her abdomen is rather conspicuous. All these girls look the same. Yeah, I don't know. They're going for a realistic sort of vibe, and that sounds like a racist joke or something, but I'm like actually being like, I'm being serious. Yes, I'm already 6 months in. I see. Well, the top part is still the same as usual. What the fuck does... Even when it's concealed by her clothing, you can still tell her chest is pretty flat. Huh? Hey, Tokisaka, that's my fucking wife, dude. What the fuck are you... In a rare fit of rage, Shugo raises his voice and grabs my shoulders. Looks like I pushed him too far. You goddamn idiot. You know, I try my hardest massaging them every night, but Kazuna's boobs never grow any bigger. It's really awkward when you emphasize that. Thanks to that, the only thing that's increased is my grip strength. I can crush an apple in my hands now like it's nothing! The joke wasn't that funny, and then they took it further, and it's kind of funny. I laughed. I clapped. Shugo-san, what kind of nonsense are you spewing now? No, I'm sorry, Kazuna. At once, Shugo is back to groveling. Good grief. I know I brought it up, but what is it with these two? The guys look the same sometimes, too. Yeah, I mean, kind of. Not as much. I wouldn't say as much at all. We have a lively chat. Actually, not. I disagree. We have a lively chat for a while, and before I know it, it's evening. Come to think of it, soyeba. Why did you guys quit the police force? Shugo and I both You've never asked your husband why he quit the police force? What? Okay. Shugo and I both freeze at Kazuna's abrupt question. Huh? What's wrong? She looks between our faces while holding the konnyaku, which she's prepared in a miso dengaku style. Oh, they're eating the pocket pussy. Our memories of that time aren't very happy ones. That's right. Dude, the old case. Let's hear about it. The old case. Shugo nods, agreeing with my muttered reply. The incident that made me quit the police force. The so-called Rokushiki case. 6 deaths? No, Shiki. She is death. Shiki... I don't have a single good memory about that time. Let's not talk about it. Shugo gently lays a hand on Kazuna. Also, it wouldn't be Roku because it'd be... Yeah, I don't know. Lays a hand on Kazuna's shoulder. It's probably just the name of the fucking place. Signaling an end to the conversation. Shiki's ceremony. Oh, right, like Gishiki. I know that from fucking Dragon Quest. In Dragon Quest, you have to do your Gishiki, which is your fucking... Or like your Sei Gishiki. It's your ceremony, it's your coming of age ceremony. So I know that. 6 consciousnesses according to Gisho. 6 consciousnesses. So it's probably just the name of the place, because that's fucking nonsense. Okay, cool, thanks. Even now, I still can't bring myself to talk about it. I know, I guess Shugo understands that. He was on the case with us back then. Nah, it was fun talking to you guys after such a long time. Shiki was a good anime. It was pretty good. I want to go back and watch that, because it was definitely, like, unique. Like, I liked it. But it's been, like, years. That was, like, some of my early anime viewing, I think. It looks like I should get going soon. Wouldn't want to infringe on this young couple's alone time. Alright, Takashiro, I'll come again. Yeah, see you. Please come again. We'll be looking forward to it. That was her swallowing the pocket pussy. She's eating the konnyaku. Oh, Takasaka-san. Would you like some? I got this miso from our friend Toji-san. Nah, don't worry about me. Make sure that guy eats some, though. Well, I guess I should just let its original use, the one Natsume-san had intended, remain a secret. Yeah, not a joke, by the way. They were actually implying that he was gonna fuck that jelly. Well, Kazuna-san, try not to be too hard on this guy, please. Eh? Shugo-san, what the hell have you been telling Tokisaka-san? Sorry. This is one lover's quarrel I'm not going to interfere with. This game's got a nice atmosphere to it. A nice atmosphere. I like the characters at least a little bit. And the fucking murders are intense. And, like, I'm already, like, fucking putting clues together and shit. Like, I'm liking it. Oh, by the time I got back, it's already dark, right? I'm home. Tadaima. Welcome home, Nissan. Yukari steps out of the kitchen. There's still some time left before dinner's ready, so go ahead and take a bath first. Yeah, please don't undress inside the bath before I try and take a bath this time. Okay, thanks. She's dumb. This is my sister. Anyone who wasn't here, let me introduce you to my sister. She's a little slow. Don't bully her. She tries her best. We need to protect her smile. Sure, don't mind if I do. And not fuck her. Since I slept in my office last night, I think it's high time I had a bath. She dared to leave the kitchen? This is 1940s to 50s Japan. Your part-time instructor position begins tomorrow, so please clean yourself up properly. I know. Well, I don't suppose it'd hurt if I shaved off my stubble, at least. Nah, come on, dude. That's a good look for a part-time teacher. Come on. After a leisurely soak in all the schoolgirls will love it. After a leisurely soak in the bath to wash off the sweat, I change into Japanese clothes. Phew! He says phew a lot. It's warm enough today that I don't have to hug the hibachi. I decide to relax and smoke a cigarette while waiting for dinner to be finished. March. It's already been 6 years since it happened. The topic that came up at Takashiro's office, the reason I quit the police force. It was a lot colder on that day than it is now. I remember snow flurries. Damn, Japanese women got real brave after American occupation. Yeah. Flurries and the cold. Nissan, dinner's ready. Yukari's call interrupts my train of thought. Yeah, I'm coming. Dog barked, you hear that? After dinner, I stay in the living room for coffee. At fucking night? Okay. Oh, right, I forgot to mention, in case because I know there were some people who joined us late, she likes bugs. She's dumb, and she likes bugs. It's already past the time when insects wake up. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, it was 2 days ago. Because of the winter. Oh. Soon, the bugs will start to come up out of the ground. Yukari's practically glowing. She's an unparalleled insectophile, so much so that she lets snails hibernate inside her room. I don't like... Are snails technically bugs? I don't like winter very much. The insects don't show themselves then. And besides, it's almost Yukiko-san's... Yukari whispered in a quiet voice. Who the fuck is Yukiko-san? Yukari whispered in a quiet voice, soft as a mosquito. That's a fucking bug, dude. That's right. Yukiko. Miyama Yukiko was my fiance. Oh, fuck. Oh, okay. So that's what happened in the old case. My fucking wife died. So it's personal. 6 years ago, in March of 1950, I'm going to sleep soon, Nissan. Good night. Did the time frame they said for bugs coming in matter in relation to the maggots? Yo. Nopton in chat here, by the way, had to say your name out loud because you're the real fucking MVP here, paying attention. Everything in this game is important. That's the way to treat this. So maybe, if the bugs are now coming out, was it cold enough before that maggots wouldn't have? Probably not. Probably not. But it's very smart to have even asked the question. I will say, that is something I will keep in mind. I'll just write a little note. Fucking winter and bugs. Just keep it in mind. Just keep it in mind. Winter and bugs. The maggots would use the body for warmth. That makes sense, though. Yeah, good night. It's worth keeping in mind, but I don't think it's going to be like a major clue. I don't know. Yukari hurries off to her room, probably because she can no longer endure my silence. Well, nothing I can do about that. I guess I'll go to bed, too. It's like a house that they could eat. That sounds sick, dude. Like gingerbread house, but like a big one. Alright, Yukari, I'll be taking off first, but please don't tell anyone I'm investigating undercover. I know that. Nissan, you're such a worrywart. Yukari giggles as she brings me a coat. Oh, but I have a friend who knows you're a private detective. I never thought you'd end up doing something like this, so... Nah, that's fine. As long as you make sure your friend doesn't spread that info around, it should be alright. Sure, I understand. Well, see you later. Have a nice trip, Nissan. I still think the sister's the killer. To get to the house in Zenpukuji, from my house in Zenpukuji to Oba Schools Academy in Hoya City, it happens that I have to travel through Musashino City. For a while, it had a field that pro baseball players used, and also contained lodging for the occupying forces. That's why this setting is really interesting. I've seriously not seen any anime or like VNs or anything that takes place in this like occupation era Japan, like right post-war. Like it's a really interesting time to have like a fucking murder mystery. It's not too recent where like you got all the DNA and shit to worry about, but you do have some of that, you know? I pass along the site of what used to be an airplane factory, cross the Senkawa Josui irrigation canal, and arrive at the academy. Schoolgirls walk solemnly by, clad in white uniforms. It's either the sister or the main character who has split personalities. I doubt it, dude. I don't think so. You're gonna have to sleep with her friend to keep her quiet. American military presence, general American presence military-wise ended around 59. Yeah, so this is still in the era for sure, nearing the end. Nobody opens their mouth to speak. They move through the main gate as if sucked into it. With the mist blanketing the area like this, they looked like mountaineering ascetics on a funeral procession. I can't sense any energy at all. Yukari's a pretty mature girl, but she's not this gloomy. Those white uniforms, they're all fucking brainwashed ghosts, dude. Oh, oops. Those white uniforms look pretty dreary to me. Do I really have to work in a place like this? I'm increasingly anxious about whether this will work, but at this point, I have little choice in the matter. Wait, so this is a porn VN, or does it just have porn because story? It just has porn. Like, it's a detective VN. Like, it is a mystery, it is a murder mystery. That is the focus. But it does have quite a bit of porn. But not very, I mean, like, I don't know. None of it's, I don't know. We'll see, I guess. It's all censored now because of me. You should write a VN about a murder mystery in the ashes of Nagasaki than the days after the bomb. I don't know if I know enough about that one to do that. Also, why? Why would you think I'd write a good murder mystery? Maybe, dude. I stand by the gate and steel myself for the day. I do really like murder mysteries, honestly. I want to read more mysteries. I think mysteries are underrated, even by myself. Mysteries are fucking sick. You know what the best one is? The Man Who Was Thursday by G.K. Chesterton. A very, very strange mystery, but it's good. It's good. I stand by the gate and steel myself for the day. I mean, it's kind of a mystery. From the outside, this old-fashioned academy looks vaguely ominous, leaving me with unsettling impressions. Maybe it's because of the morning fog, but it's almost like white-colored darkness. To my side, the white-clothed schoolgirls pass through the gate. None of them pay any heed to the suspicious-looking man standing right in front of the gate. I can't sense any life from them. It's almost as if they're ghosts. Try the Nero Wolfe books. Okay, all right, okay. I'm always up for a suggestion. All right, Nero Wolfe. Right now I'm reading The Death of Ivan Ilyich, because there's I joined a book club, a Catholic book club. However, if I hesitate here, I'll never get started. Let's go. And they wanted to read that, so. Tokisaka-san, I'm glad you've come. Vice Principal Saeki greets me as I enter the faculty room. Gotta sleep, I'll catch up when this comes out on the tube. I'll try and get it up sooner. I'm trying to be better about that. I know I've said that fucking a million times, but it's true. I'm gonna try and get shit out a little sooner. Good. Also, the VOD will be there for a while. Good morning, Saeki-sensei. You don't have to be so tense. Now, we have a worship service today. Worship service? This is a religious school? So at that time, I'll introduce you to the student body. That's just going to make me even more tense, but I guess there's no way around it. Go! We in Catholic school! Oh, yeah! Fuck, dude, this is a Catholic game! Somehow I make it through my introduction without a hitch. Afterwards, I stand stiffly by the wall of the chapel, listening to the Vice Principal Saeki's speech while I survey the students. Dude, it's a Japanese Catholic school. Sick. No, all the girls in this game, Catholic. Nobody so much as whispered, "Doesn't your sister go here? I guess she's Catholic. Maybe that means I'm Catholic, dude." Dude. No, that's rare, too, because most of the Catholics were killed in the fucking bombing in Nagasaki because the American government is literally satanic. But, some survived, so I guess it makes some sense. Nobody so much as whispers. They're all dead silent. I guess they could also just be going to a Catholic school and not be Catholic, but that would be even stranger, I think. I thought it was normal for girls of their age to amuse themselves by chatting away behind the teacher's back. However, something else weighs more heavily on my mind. Is it the eyes of God? All these girls listening to Saeki's speech, they all look the same to me in profile. Not to say they're identical, each one of these girls has visible differences in their face and hairstyle, yet as a group, they all look the same. I can't find any individuality. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting, because we all noted before that the girls do look very similar, and now that seems to be like a plot point. It's been addressed in the game now. True Catholics can survive a nuclear bomb. You might want to look that up, because actually that happened. Actually that happened. There's a place where some priests were, where further away, like I think it was a monastery, where when the bomb hit, these priests survived despite buildings further past them being completely incinerated. So, you might be right. True Catholics can survive a nuclear bomb. Just saying. I heard from Yukari that the school's rules were pretty strict. Nevertheless, to erase all personality to this degree they're almost like an army. You can't tell them apart from the outside, and unless you join, they're just an unidentifiable group of people. You think that has anything to do with... I'm looking for themes of, like, the occupation. Because I feel like if you put a game in the time period of the American occupation of Japan, then like you might have something to say about that occupation. So like the allusion to an army here is interesting, but a bit of a stretch on my part. But I'm on the lookout for that, is what I'm saying. I search for Yukari amongst the ranks. I find her before too long, and it's all I can do not to sigh in relief. Yukari seems... Also, this is like an in-between phase of Japanese history. It's after the imperial, like, you know, the emperor stepped down, but before Japan is sort of left to go its own way with the American army leaving. And the game itself takes place right now in the in-between between winter and spring. Interesting, right? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? It's symbolic. You don't just get here for the fucking Japanese lessons. I'm gonna give you a fucking English lesson too. You see what I'm symbolism. Yukari seems like she hasn't changed from her usual self. Then again, it might look that way because I know how she is normally. Someone who doesn't know her might easily group her among the other soulless girls. Everyone, please listen quietly. A dignified voice reverberates throughout the chapel. A long hair... Huh. Okay. I don't think girls are supposed to speak in front of the altar, dude, but okay. A long-haired it happens, unfortunately. A long-haired student stands before the altar. That's the student body president. I guess when you mix a school and a church, it's bound to happen. Especially a girls' school. That's the student body president, Tsukishime Orihime. Orihime, isn't that the name of a fucking princess? Like a famous Japanese princess that was in Sengoku Rants? Orihime. The teacher next to me whispers softly in my ear. Lately, a number of serious incidents have occurred at this school. However, we shall not be shaken by these events. I would like for everyone to go about their business as usual. Waifu number 1676286. Yeah, I think 5, actually, or maybe 6. Even without using a megaphone, her voice probably reached every ear in the hall. Some students in the crowd are nodding as she speaks. Looks like she's pretty popular. I sneak a glance at Yukari, but she's still her usual self. We haven't seen her before, right? I wonder if we have any new connections. Tsukihime Orihime. Tsukishima Orihime. So we've added them in. That's my former fiance. We've got the marriage here. Former co-workers. Siblings. Work-related. Okay. Alright. It's been expanded. Good. I'm gonna save again. We haven't saved in a long time. And we're in the school now. Shit could be happening. What if the murderer is targeting Catholic school girls? What if the murderer is anti-Catholic? Then it's the perfect game for me. The murderer's a Shinto zealot trying to wipe out Catholics. That's kind of a cool idea, maybe. With the morning assembly, maybe... And whoa! Remember when we saw the leg on fire, when it was first mentioned, we said maybe it's a religious ceremony. There might be something to this. Might be something to this. With the morning assembly finished, we returned to the faculty room. Oh! And maybe the murderer is anti-Western influences, which is why this takes place during the occupation, because that's like the epitome of Western influences. And of course, Catholic is also like Western influences. Obviously not the same influences as the American occupation, but like, they hate the occupation, so they're attacking anything Western, including Catholics. Yeah, this guy's got it. Maybe. It makes sense. I've readied a history prep room for you, Tokisaka-sensei. Please use that as your base of affairs for your investigation. I'm counting on you. That seems kind of suspicious. That almost makes it seem like he wants information, so he wants me to leave information there. Wait, yeoman. What? Alright, what should I do about lectures? I'm actually more worried about those. You don't have to do anything for today. Please hold a lecture tomorrow, though. After that, we'll just work on an as-needed basis. Is that agreeable? I just thought of something. The Black Egg. The murders could have been part of the Black Dragon Society. What the fuck is the Black Dragon? Is that a real thing? Dude, you've got some fucking knowledge here, my dude. What is... The Black Dragon Society, or Amur River Society, was a prominent paramilitary ultra-nationalist group in Japan. Oh. Interesting. Okay, maybe. Maybe. It's not impossible. Is that the kind of thing the average Japanese person playing this game would know about? Sure, I don't mind. In that case, here are all the documents pertaining to the missing students. Saeki, I think the nationalist angle, I mean, what are we doing right now, right? What are we doing with this talking over the game? We're trying to figure out what the guy's MO is. Why is he killing these girls? What is his MO? Is he going after high school kids? Is he going after high school girls? Is he going after Catholics? Is he going after high school Catholics? Is he going after foreigners? Is he going after foreign influence? You know, there's a million things. So we're trying to figure it out. But while that does make some sense, it does make you wonder why they go after high school Catholics rather than just foreigners or priests or stuff like that, right? But I guess we'll see. It's a theory. It's a nice theory. I like it. Saeki brings out a large sealed file. I'll leave them in your hands. I take it and peer inside. Mixed in with a staff address book and other odds and ends are 2 photographs. These 2, eh? Nishizona Yui and Imamura Haruka. Yes, I'm counting on your talents. So, to be clear, we still don't know. One of those should be the park killing, but we're not sure. We're not sure yet. I excuse myself from the staff room and enter the hallway. And the other one's just the unknown one, which, yeah. A bunch of students are walking down the corridor. It must already be break time. I can't say I'm surprised to see the girls all act in exactly the same manner as in the chapel this morning. Gloomy and without a trace of life. Man, I was hoping for fun time high school, but killing a priest is just one man. Killing the girls is ending an entire Catholic dynasty. Okay, maybe. I wonder if the two... And they ripped out the uterus so that they don't start a Catholic dynasty. Bit of a stretch, but you might be onto something. I wonder if the 2 missing girls were also like this. Morning. Ohayou gozaimasu. She bows as she passes by me. She seems docile enough, yet ill at ease somehow. Well, since it's an all-girls school, my being a male teacher might have something to do with it. Well, there's a male vice president too, though, but... The history prep room is located in a corner room on the 2nd floor, roughly above the faculty room. Phew, he says for the fucking... Do we have a phew count going on? A phew counter? Phew counter? At last, I can relax. I slump into a chair, feeling myself unwind. Unfamiliar environments always make me uneasy. I could do with some coffee, but no such luck. Might be able to get some to drink if I walk around. Alright, let's go wander around the campus a bit. The Black Dragons try shit like coups and assassinating prime ministers. Well, so they're not above killing people, and they would be known. Okay. So where shall I go? The Oba Girls Academy school building has 2 floors. It seems that the 2nd floor, where I am now, is home to the 2nd and 3rd year classrooms, as well as library and science rooms. Whew, it's just his thing, like you with dude. Don't bring that up. Don't make fun of me. On the 1st floor, the 1st year classrooms, the faculty room, the infirmary, and the school economics classrooms. I'm trying to remember what the Japanese word for infirmary is. It's a really complicated. It's like, don't worry about it. I'm not gonna bore you with that. It seems that the school premises also contain an auditorium and various club buildings. Hokenshitsu, right? Hokenshitsu. Somebody confirm that. The one guy who knows Japanese confirmed. It's Hokenshitsu, right? That's school infirmary. I guess I'll just take a stroll and see where I end up. I was reading this manga about bullying, so I learned that word. Tokisaka-sensei, is it alright if I call you that? A voice calls out to me the moment I step outside and I pause. Dude, I don't say dude that much, dude. It's not a student's voice, it's much more mature. Ooh. Ooh. The school nurse with the choker, okay, ooh. Option number 7. I'm the school nerd, lucky number 7, you know. Akazaki Nene? Gross name. The vice principal asked me to show you around the campus. Thanks for the assistance. Don't worry about it. It's because I'm the person with the most free time. She smiles, giggling softly. I'll take this opportunity to ask her some questions while I'm shown around. Wow, look at those. Is she single? Yo, you haven't even seen the other one. She's got nothing on the other girl. But the other girl is kind of slutty. With her leading the way... I mean, this one's wearing a choker, though. With her leading the way, we proceed down the corridor. There are no students in sight. Class must be in session. I can't hear any voices from within the classrooms either. It's pretty quiet. I know, isn't it? It's pretty serious about education around here. It's a Catholic school, dude. We take it seriously, I guess. Her voice lacks any trace of amusement. From my standpoint, things seem a bit too uptight. Yeah, well, from God's standpoint, maybe he disagrees. Akazaki-sensei. Just call me Nene. The academy's been like this since long ago. Both the discipline and school rules are strict and put pressure on the students. I see. That's why they're all so quiet. Well, perhaps they're more subdued than simply quiet. Surprised? Yeah, somewhat. Oh my. She said Aura! She is also a MILF! She said the MILF word. Stop by the infirmary later, I'll make you some tea or something. I still can't believe... No one does that in real life, right? It's like an anime visual novel thing. That instead of or oh my, she said Aura. Like aura, it like literally just means thing that MILFs say. Well, I mean, it also has some other meanings, but you know what I'm saying. In that context. I hope no one actually says it like that in real life, although that'd be kind of funny. At the sound of the bell, Nene takes her leave. Is this what they mean by saying you shouldn't learn Japanese from anime? Because I'll be saying like, Watashi wa ara. I guess I'll visit some other place. Instead of I'll just say aura all the time. I decide to take a look outside. The mist has burned off. Several buildings stand in the expansive schoolyard. I guess they're clubhouses. The cold wind brushes against my face. As you might expect, it's pretty cold without a coat. I return inside. After the chill of the outside weather, that cup of tea is sounding better and better. Oh, I want to mention something, because someone said... I just saw someone say, like, Warlord Toto something's wife, and for some reason that reminded me of Totono, the VN we played before this. I was looking at it in Japanese to see if I could play through it in Japanese, because now that I know what the story is, it'd be pretty easy practice, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure, Aoi in that game, for the people who saw that playthrough, I think she speaks in all, like, hiragana and katakana. So she's retarded. Just want to make sure everybody knew. One of the characters from the last game, the one who stuck fucking forks into electrical sockets, was in fact retarded. Just want to make sure you knew. Just needed to clear that up while it was on my mind. After the chill of the outside weather, that cup of tea is sounding better and better. And then I realize, where's the infirmary? I look left and right, but all the doors look the same, leaving me helpless. I know where the faculty room is since I went there this morning, but I can't just randomly open doors. Openly random doors. What if I walk into a class in session? What if I walk into a girl undressing is what's more likely to happen. Is something wrong? A voice hails me from behind. It's the popular girl, something Hime, Orehime. I recognize that mature, calm tone. Told you! When I turn around, I'm greeted by the girl who took the stage during the morning assembly. Tsukishima, right? San, right? Orihime. Yes, that's correct. Tokisaki-sensei. What might you be doing in a place like this? After giving a graceful bow, she looks at me with what might be suspicion. I'm not killing students! Nothing I can do about that. She's probably never expected a teacher to be lost here. I'm kind of looking for the infirmary. She said hoke. Yeah, is it hoken shitsu? Hoken shitsu? I heard her say hoke, which I think is the first two kanji of infirmary. Sorry, I need to stop. Straight ahead over there. She points to the door next to the entrance. Ah, that close, eh? I'm a bit embarrassed. Then if you'll excuse me, I must be going. This detective doesn't seem that bright. Yeah, that's why we have to be. I bet she notices a video game is going to make one of the other students hang herself. Yo, is that a reference? Bowing curtly. I can't say what reference because that's a spoiler, even though everybody knows. It's just like when she was on stage. She appears pretty dignified. I don't get the same feeling from her as from the other students. No, never. Oh, so you're saying you this doesn't make your Doki Doki go... I mean, your Kokoro go Doki Doki? I don't get the same feeling from her as I do from other students. She's no ray of sunshine, but she certainly has personality. She comes across as the type of student who's got her act together. Excuse me. After knocking, I enter the infirmary. She's not naked! Wow! That shows some real restraint by this game. Welcome, Tokisaki-sensei. Thanks, I'm here to take you up on your invitation. Makes my dicky get sticky. I hate that. Please stop. She shows me to the chair. I do have to warn you, my tea isn't the best. Nene pours me a cup, smiling. How do you fuck up tea? Well, I didn't exactly come here for the tea. Oh, you have something else in mind then? She says by saying aura. She sets her teacup down on the desk and gives me a sultry look. I believe that Vice Principal Saeki has filled you in on the details. I'm so fucking inept to the social cues here. She's trying to fuck me, and I'm like, I believe the Vice President has already filled you in. Vice Principal. Yes, of course. Detectives come to investigate our problem, or so he told me anyway. I return the smile, awkwardly putting my hand behind my head. Well, if you already know, that makes things easier. I wet my lips with the hot tea and adjust my posture. Regarding the 2 girls who've gone missing, is there anything you can tell me about them? Fucking get my notes ready. Nishizono-san, a first-year student from Matsu class, and Imamura-san from Tsubaki class, right? I don't think they had any particular issues. They're pretty normal, serious students. Do I need to know what class they're from? I'm guessing no. I see. I guess at this school, serious means that those girls were pretty quiet. Although I'm Yui's nurse, I'm afraid I can't think of anything that might interest you. No, you've helped me out. It's my first time conducting an investigation in this type of environment anyhow. You mean a place where you're surrounded by young ladies? No, what I meant is that this place feels isolated from the outside world. How could anyone jack off to this? This is all just reading. Well, I have censored the game, so. Also, where there's a will, a momentary chill runs down my spine as though someone is reading my innermost thoughts. What you actually jack off to here is the fucking mystery, and solving that mystery. When this mystery is solved, dude, I'm gonna coom. You have a way with words, don't you? But that said, you may be onto something. This school's atmosphere is clearly different from anything you find outside. My exact thoughts. They might have disappeared because they were fed up with this lifestyle. That's one way of looking at it, yes. The other way is that they're dead. Her reasoning is certainly sound. I guess I jumped the gun by assuming they had to be tangled up with the murder cases. Well, it looks like coming to you was a smart decision. Oh, really? That's true, actually. The one murder we know about was a student, the Koizumi K. She was a student, but we don't know if she went here. And she wasn't one of the 2 people we wanted to search for, right? Koizumi K. Evidence lists. Koizumi K. Not one of the 2 people. Yeah, so, okay. Alright, so I guess we don't actually know that this is... I'm trying to jack off to this right now, but it's taking forever. Stop! Oh, really? After breaking things down a little bit, I'm finally able to get my head around the matter. Thank you, Okazaki-sensei. Didn't I tell you to just call me Nene? She flashes me a wry smile. Help him out. No. Give him a hand. No. Do we even know if the cases are related? We don't. We're jumping to a lot of conclusions, and that is something to keep in mind. We do not know that they're related. The thing we know for certain is 2 girls from this school went missing, and 2 murders have happened. And we know one of those 2 murders was not one of the 2 girls we're looking for from the school, because it was a different student, which may or may not be from the school. That's what we know for a fact. The murderer is a hyper-nationalist black dragon lesbian vampire. It's a good theory. That'll be our running MO for now. After the bell signals the end, that's also why they would hate the Catholic Church, because they're also lesbians, and they're also vampires, both of which are age-old enemies of Catholics. Makes sense. After the bell signals the end of class, the corridors flood with people. Although I feel their presence, I don't hear any of them speaking. It seems that even after they're released from their classes, the students here continue to obey all the rules. It's suffocating. Still, I've got a job to do. I go out into the hallway. I pass a number of students, but not a single one of them speaks to me. Most give slight bows, but that's as far as they're willing to go. The crowd moves on past, completely silent. Murder could also be Alex Jones, as he thinks Catholics are globalists. He'll come around one day. This is even harder than I thought. Is my investigation going to get anywhere like this? Then outside the window, a student in the corner of the schoolyard catches my eye. I may have more luck with her. I decide to pay a visit to this girl whose aspect is so different from the other students. It's the egg girl. The maybe egg girl. We don't actually know if she's an egg girl. Sensing my approach, she shifts her glance up to me. Yeah. Yeah. Is that what the hip kids say instead of yo now? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Hey, so we meet again, Mr. Detective. Kuchiki Toko greets me in the same manner as when we first met, that of a young man. What are you up to? Do young men say yeah? Yeah, I guess they do. I would think this hardly requires an explanation. Toko indicates the canvas on her easel. What is she? I don't know what the fuck that is. It's very fucking faint. A number of lines run across it. So you're drawing something. Guess it must be a landscape since he's all the way out here, but I don't see anything that resembles her drawing. Important choice. Important choice number 2? I don't know. It's the second time we've had a choice like this. Although there are also the time choices. What are you drawing? Or is that a landscape? This is where you... Landscape doesn't matter. It might not matter, but you don't know that. You don't know that. My guess. Yeah, my guess. Your guess, it doesn't matter. Yeah, maybe. But I don't know. I actually don't know about that. Because think of this. What if what we choose makes us closer to this girl, which may end up making us fuck her, but also, didn't mean to hit the mic, but also could be, like, if we're closer to her and she's someone who would get murdered, maybe we could, I don't know, dude. Maybe she's a murderer and we could find that out by getting closer to her, or she's a victim and it'll be really sad in the future. I don't know. It's clearly a portrait. It doesn't look like a landscape at all, and it's in portrait mode. Yeah, what are you drawing? What are you drawing? Do you want to know? Toko lifts up her face to meet my gaze. Well, I'm not going to tell you. Or rather, I'm not exactly sure myself. Yeoman hits the mic well. Hail the Emperor 1956 colorized. What? Yes, we are fucking to solve mystery. That's it. Yes. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Somebody just added the yo sound. This is the sound they make. Oh, Japanese kids? This is what the Japanese kids make? It's the modern version of yo. Is yo. Yo! Well, I'm not going to tell you. Or rather, I'm not exactly sure myself. You don't know. I've got a vague image of it in my head, but it's pretty ambiguous at the moment. It's almost like my own self. I'm searching for my own ambiguous existence. When you visit Japan, you should try and convert the Emperor. That would be sick. An ambiguous existence, you say? Well, I don't know how long it'll take, but when I'm finished, I'll show it to you. So until then, no peeking. Alright, I get it. Well, I guess it was wishful thinking that she would follow along there. I wonder what you snuck in here to investigate. Could it possibly be me? Or is it something else? Toko... Right, remember, she hired us to find her true self. So, like, I just fucking break into a school to do that job. Toko peers up at me, an impish expression on her face. Could you keep my real job a secret? Too late. I already told Toko about it. That's your name. Are all the women in this school retarded? Is this a school for the mentally challenged? Toko? That's right, Toko. She's my friend. For a second there, it didn't make sense. So she's got a friend with the same name. I guess that's one conclusion you could go to. Split personality is what I think of. Something to keep in mind, especially if she's the egg girl. Or twin sister. Twin sisters don't have the same... Oh, well, same last name, yeah. Because wait, what is her full name? So her... Yeah, her last name is Kuchiki. Her first name is Toko. So no, it wouldn't be sister. Her first name is Toko. No way around it. Have her hush up as well. Or have her hush up as well. Does it bother you? A faint smile plays around her mouth. I am Father Yokari, and this is Our Lady of Grade School for the Mentally Challenged. What a good name. Some people give twin sisters the same name. Possibly. No. A faint smile plays around her mouth. A detective's job goes more smoothly when they've got secrecy, you know. That seems kind of cool, actually. Kakui. Not at all. It's a pretty dirty job. Says a lot coming from the man himself. What the fuck? Alright, Tokisaka-sensei. It appears we've come to an agreement. I'm the dirty man himself. I can breathe a little easier now. By the way, Kuchiki-san. You can't do that, sensei. She cuts me off in mid-sentence. Please call me Toko. I like that better. You said that before, didn't you? When I met her at Inokashira Park, we had to make it less weird so that when we fuck weird her, it's not weird by Japanese standards either. She said that her name was a perfect fit for her. Nice you remembered. I guess you really are a detective. Like I was saying, I'd like you to keep that a secret. I get it, Tokisaka-sensei. Why is her hand on her crotch? I don't know, dude. Yeah, I don't know. It was a weird view there. What was that fucking noise? Why does that sound so fucking weird? A shout rings out from the direction of the nearby club buildings. I turn and see a girl with disheveled hair running over here. Toko. Toko called her name. I see, so she is... Wait, this is the other Toko? There is another Toko? She's not retarded? Wait, these women are in lesbian with each other, right? These are the girls. Huh. The running girl puts her arms around Toko's shoulders as if to embrace her. I think that's her. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. No need to worry, Toko. It's not like he's going to rape me or anything. If only you knew. I don't know, maybe. But, I mean, it's a Japanese game. She glances at me out of the corner of her eye. Actually, there's like a 90% chance that we rape her. It's a look, like, statutory. It's a look full of hostility. 10% not statutory. Well, damn. I apologize, Sensei. Unexpectedly, she gives a slight bow as if unsatisfied. Okay, are they both Toko now? Oh, there's the nurse. The other Toko isn't important enough. Okay. Maybe. In lesbian, you need a romance a long-haired Toko to prevent the gay. That was actually, it's almost embarrassing, although it actually is a good comic. In Lesbians with Each Other is a Scott Pilgrim reference. Didn't know if you picked that up. Even though the movie ruined an entire generation of women. That's a school shooter reference. Her lack of she looks no different from the other students. Her lack of individuality stands out. I guess it's because of my position as an instructor. She does look very normal, although big fucking forehead it seems. My name is Mizuhara Toko, and I'm a second-year student. Tokisaka-sensei, was it? You're Yukari-san's brother, the detective. Yeah, that's right. But can I have you hide that fact from everyone else? Eh? Is it a problem if people realize you're siblings? No, that's not what I meant. It'll be a problem if word gets out that he's a detective. You see, it appears he's in the midst of an investigation right now. Then, you're investigating Nishizono-san's disappearance? Yeah, that's right. I don't really want to give away the details of my investigation, but I haven't got a choice. I don't want to make the students uneasy. If you keep quiet about this, it'll help me out. Okay, I understand. Unexpectedly, Toko obediently nods her head. I thought she was going to be a fucking prick about this, but unexpectedly, she was obedient. Do you know the word for obedient in Japanese is the symbol for adult and then just the end of a word that makes it an adjective? So, like, in Japanese, their idea of being like an adult is being obedient. Says a lot about the fucking culture, right? Like, but at any rate, you guys have the same name, huh? Is there something wrong with that? Speaking in a quiet tone, she once again regards me with hostility. Not at all. Don't you feel it... Oh, wait, not at all. Don't you feel it's some kind of fate for friends to share the same name? Toko says this, her arms around Toko's shoulders. We exist as one mind and one body. It's getting a little too lesbian for me, I gotta say. Okay. Not sisters? No, they have different last names, just same first name. Toko mutters quietly, echoing Toko's thoughts. What the fuck, dude? This is fucking confusing as shit. I hope Toko doesn't die because it's gonna be so fucking confusing. It's already evening. There's still things I'd like to investigate, but seems like there aren't many students left on campus. Of course, as quiet as the students are, there could be people here and I'd never even notice. Well, where shall I go? Ooh, I can check out the school or any of these other options. So this is 3 incest relationships now? No, they're not sisters. They're not sisters. They have the same name. That's not incestuous. They have the same first name. I'm gonna save, actually, and because I need to get something done today. So I can't really stream for any longer. This game is cool. I don't know how you guys feel about it, if you want to see more of it, if you want to continue with this, but honestly, I like this game a lot. I like the detective atmosphere. I like that we're actually like getting into the murder and it's giving us enough like information that we can like make theories and like try and figure it out and shit. I'd like to see where it's going more. Yeah, exactly. I like the characters. I like the weird shit. I definitely want to see where it's going. And we haven't even gotten to all my funny censored sex scenes yet. This sums up my view of the retarded sister.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
That's pretty fucking brutal, dude. That's a really mean thing to say to that little sister of ours that I'm trying to protect. Protect her smile at all costs. Because of that, I'll have to ban you. No, I'm just kidding. But I'll see. Yeah, with that, I'll see you next time. Tomorrow will be Oblivion, dude. So yeah, I'll see you. And we will finish this game, I think. We'll definitely play more of it for sure. Bye-bye. See you.